Okay. Wow. It's been a quick minute. It's been a little bit here. It's been a while. Hopefully this is streaming. I don't know if it is yet. I'm waiting for it to say that I am. It looks like I've gone live. It really does. I hope you guys miss me if you're here right now. I sure missed you guys. Hey, what's up, Z-Mist? How you doing, buddy? Setting up my stream. Gonna play Conquest of Elysium, then transition to other games, whatever. I'm gonna try desperately to stream again. I've been very lackluster in my efforts. I've been pretty bad at it. But I'm gonna try and change that. I'm gonna try and stream. I'm gonna try and be active. Try and be a good boy. Be a good streamer if I can be. We'll see how it goes. But otherwise, we're going to play Conquest of Elysium right now, because that's the easiest thing to do. That's the easy shit. The hard shit is later. When we get into like Gary's Mod or some other game. I'm in a Discord right now. If anyone joins, I'm going to maybe have a conversation with them. But it's a political Discord. Hopefully, we get someone who wants to talk politics. Okay, there's my chat. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. We're going to play some Conquest of Elysium 4. This is a stressful game, but I've been playing it a lot recently, so I'm willing to try and pick it back up again. We're going to see how it goes. Do I load any of these? I think the answer is no. I think we start a new game. I think we do a monarchy. We do a large map. We hit OK. And I don't know about you guys, but I play night difficulty, OK? I got to get some music on, too. What music do we want to listen to? Like high fantasy? Or should we listen to like just like random shit music? Howdy do? How do you do? Hold on, let's look. What's on my Spotify playlist here? Let's look. We could play Every Breath You Take. No, okay. We'll go with some fantasy music. Till someone joins and starts talking. Oh shit, you back in town? Yeah, dude. Got back like a little bit ago. What is this? Okay, here we go. Let's go. Do we just want to listen to random fantasy music? Let's listen to some copyrighted shit. I'm just going to put this song on loop for now. Because this sounds pretty epic if you can hear it. Sounds pretty dope. Here we go. Okay. Now we're going to throw all these knights on here. We're going to go real hardcore. If you go to Baron, you're basically fucked. I'm gonna send you something, open it on stream though. Don't open it on stream. Is it on Discord? If it's on Discord, I gotta throw it over on the side. Okay. You can send it to me on Discord now and it won't show up on stream. Stream, hopefully. Or that's the dream, that it won't show up on stream. Okay, who am I gonna pick? Warlock sounds fun, but that's a little bit too easy. Let me open Twitch chat on this computer. What the fuck is this? Honestly, I can't be here any longer to watch unless you stream for more than 2 hours. I might be on for more than 2 hours if you're still here, crazy cow. What's this? Dude, what is this? There's a party going on apparently. Wait, what day is that? This Saturday? Cool. Cool shit, dude. Alright. The dwarves are super easy. We could really get away with some dwarf antics if we wanted to. That would be one of the easiest solutions here, though. Do we want to go easy, or do we want to go hardcore? Hardcore would be Priest King, because I have no idea how to play them still. Still have stayed away from them. They got the whole, like, slavery mechanic where you capture slaves. Or, we go with the barbarians, another faction I have little idea about. Or, we could just go real simple and go with the Dryad Queen and get banned off of YouTube and Twitch for having boobs on the screen eventually. Let's go with the booby lady, because eventually with the Dryad Queen, you can summon a big booby lady of nature, right? She's got big boobs. She's the woman of nature. We're gonna call her Velthara, because that's like a high fantasy name that I like, okay? It's a good name. Can I rename these bitches? Did I put that option on? I don't think I have it on. I do not. Okay, so they're gonna stick with their names. So basically how these doodads work is you can summon some animals, you can also plant weird trees and shit. And then you can get satyrs, minotaurs, and centaurs, and harpies, who are like the people of nature, right? They're trying to fight for nature, embolden the nature, trying to make the nature strong and shit, okay? That's what they're trying to do. So basically, what we gotta do is tame the nature within ourselves, right, and bring it to the rest of the world. Because eventually, if you go to cities and shit, you can have these guys, like, get better weapons and upgrade them more, but here you can only give them, like, better stats and stuff. They don't really get better equipment. That's why you want to conquer the cities. So we're gonna go this way, while the rest of them stay here, because we don't have walls, right? So it's a pretty hard start. Like, if that bitch had come up and attacked us, we might be fucked. Which means we probably need to kill her before she gets out of control. Can we defeat her is the question, though. Ooh, let's switch this to confusion. How many units? 7? Ooh, we only have 6. Can't buy anybody here, really. Ooh, yikers. Can you summon... If this... Oh, he's not a caster. Fuck, hold on. I'm already scared. I think we might die. We might just die here. Do we try it? 6 versus their 7. They have archers that have poison. Yikes. But if we pulled some people from here, we might win. But then, how many... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we're... Here's what we're gonna do. Pull this guy up. Put this guy here. We're gonna tag team this lady. Oh, wait. You can't see the game? You sons of bitches. Hold on. You sons of bitches. Okay, why isn't it showing the game? It should show the game. Okay, new plan. Change the display capture. Fuck, that's not the right monitor. That's the right monitor. There we... Wait, yeah, that should be... Yeah. Okay, game has been seen. You can see the game now. Congratulations. It's not just me talking to you. We're gonna end this turn. So we're tag teaming this lady with 2 of our forces, okay? She's gonna get real badly hurt. She's not coming out of this, is basically what I'm saying. But it looks like neither are any of our units because they're all poisoned, or they're at least gonna be real hurt, okay? Okay, you can see the game now. Everything's okay. Minor technical difficulty. And now our home base is getting attacked by a moose, but the moose was no match. Keeper of Traditions. Okay. So, we defeated this lady up here. She was a witch who was going this way. We were over here, and we went back this way, took her on, smacked her down to the ground. Now, there's this lady down here who was close to our base, who was kind of dangerous, but we tried to ignore her. She only had 6 units. If that moose and her had attacked us, we'd be fucked. But that didn't happen, okay? We're okay. We're all alright. That's a good thing. So we're not dead yet. But we don't have a lot of units left. Let's see what's left of this army. 4 units, not including our commander lady. So this is going to be a little dangerous running around here. So we might want to wait for our herbs. For now, we're going to play it super safe, though. Watch that witch lady leave us alone, because we killed the main witch lady. So the witches should be over here somewhere. There they are. Could we fight that? No, not with 4 people. That would be a mistake. What we have to do is take on this tower here, okay? But we don't have enough units as of yet, so we gotta wait. But at the same time, they might get more units while we're waiting, so we might want to expedite this to get rid of the witch who spawned almost directly next to us, because she is a danger to our society. That is not what I wanted. So when I clicked this Ritual of Mastery, what I wanted here was to get an animal summoning so that we could summon little tiny animals to come fuck these bitches up, so that I didn't have to run back here and grab more of these like level 1 satyr bros that don't do a lot of damage. Also, we're going to upgrade some of those level 1 Satyr Bros. Probably to Javelinist. I like that flexibility. The Warriors are good at, like, melee. Melee? But I'd rather have more fiery units early on. Your dog got attacked by a squirrel. I don't know. Did the dog win? I hope the dog won. I hope your next line is like, my dog got attacked by a squirrel, and then he fucked up the squirrel really bad. Because that would be acceptable. But if your dog got attacked by a squirrel, and your squirrel is the squirrel's the one that came out on top, I don't know what to say about your dog. Yikes, that would be a pretty crap dog. Sorry to say it, but it is kind of the truth, you know? You feel me? You don't want a dog that gets defeated by squirrels, generally. That's all I'm saying. No big. Okay. Can we kill this dude? I think we can kill this dude. Oh, yeah, they're dead. Look at this. This is going to be beautiful. They don't even got that good of spells. They didn't even work. They didn't even hurt us, because they went berserk, and it's hard to confuse berserked people. Which is good. The dog one, I figured. Dude, I don't like squirrels. I don't like them at all. They're like little, like, tree rats. Come out only when they want to, like, fuck with you, too. Now, could we take this? It's not really that high of a wall. It's a medium-sized wall. And we have a caster who can summon crows and wolves and shit. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna save. Do I have a Dryad save? Oh my god, I don't have a... Dryad. There we go. Okay, I spelt it right. Don't worry. I have the top-notch spelling skills here, okay? Eventually, we're gonna hire other kind of beast units, and the beast units will spawn others of their kind. So if we hire like a Minotaur commander and sit him on the Sacred Groves, more Minotaurs will spawn. If we sit a Satyr there, it'll spawn Satyrs. If we sit this lady here, she'll also spawn Satyrs. Wait, no, she'll spawn Harpies, won't she? I think she spawns Harpies. No, she spawns Satyrs. I don't remember who spawns Harpies offhand, but someone spawns Harpies, and then there's Minotaurs and Centaurs. Basically, just keep out for the hooves and the body shape, and you'll know who's going to be spawning there, okay? That's all you need to know. So, do we attack is the question. I think we do attack. I think we risk it for the biscuit here. We go all in. Okay, the murder crows. Oh, confusion might help us a lot here. Okay, the crows are helping. One of them is on our side now for at least the time being. Confusing more of them. This is working out rather well, actually. Look at that. Look at all those murder crows. Come on, my crow hoes. Murder those bros. That's what I'm saying. Okay, what is this? What is this YouTube like? If this isn't quality, I'm going to be really upset. Alright. You're gonna regret sending this to me, because this is what you're gonna live with now, okay? Alright. So we've taken the tower. The witchery tower. And we eliminated the witch, as our messages said. Wait, no. Did we? Let me look. I think we did. I think it was Alyssa there. Ooh, a port would be nice, but not that great. I hate that this is separated, that really sucks. Let's go this way. Hopefully we don't run into too much trouble. Ooh, a gold stream. That would be good, because we have, like, no income besides this farm right now. We don't really need to hold on to that tower too much, although it would be a nicer base than our Sacred Grove. Our Sacred Grove spawns things. Hi.
The common room is just a load of... Ouch.
Is it too much for you?
Right now. Yeah. I joined, and someone said, yeah, women are just machines in war that produce further soldiers. And then I was like, yeah, in Germany we actually have the Cross of Honor for the German... We don't have that anymore.
Oh no, I was about to say.
Yeah. We had the Cross of Honor for the German mother, which was like an award for a mother who had 4 or 5 children or more, and then there were 3 classes, and it was ridiculous. You got an award for pretty much producing soldiers. But it's getting so heated. There, someone just threw Game of Thrones into there, and saying, "Yeah, man, it's a reality," and someone else was like, "There's dragons in that."
I mean, they're not wrong, right? There are dragons in Game of Thrones, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh God. I don't know. I've never really been on this Discord, so I don't know if that's really common in the common room.
Bringing up Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
not usually. There's some out there opinions that are brought up sometimes, but just
Okay.
depends on the day.
Yeah. So what are you up to?
Playing Conquest of Elysium 4. It's a game. Enjoying.
Conquest of Elysium. Conquest of Elysium 4.
Bring it, make Germany 3.0. Oh no, Tom. Careful with that. You gotta
Is it
be careful. what you say.
Turn-based?
Oh yeah, it's super turn-based.
Oh yeah, I see. I just saw in the
Mhm.
video, yeah. It's really old. Released in 2015. Looks like it's from 2003.
Yeah, it is. It's got some old artist work on it. It's pretty good though. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, a game doesn't need a good graphical user interface to be good.
Depends on the game, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Undertale or something. Or even, I don't know, when Minecraft came out, people were like, "Holy shit, it looks like shite." And everyone played it still.
Yeah, everyone seems to kind of hold on to certain games with like really crappy graphics, but others they like shun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Inconsistent
Warcraft.
opinions.
Warcraft 3 is one of those, but they made a rework of it. Do you know that one?
Warcraft 3?
Yeah. It's like pretty much like StarCraft.
Isn't it what Dota's
different.
based off of? I think.
Yes, exactly, in League of
Yeah.
Legends. Those MOBA
Mhm.
games, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you play Dota?
Oh, I used to play all the time. I don't play as much anymore, but
How
I
many
like it.
hours do you have?
Oh god. Don't ask me questions like
Don't
this.
make me look.
Hold on.
Don't make me. Don't.
2,300, almost 400. Don't judge me, dude. I played it for a while. Okay, it's got to be at
I'm
least a
judging
couple
pretty
years.
hard
It's got to
right
be a
now.
couple years. It has to be. It's,
I'm judging
it's
pretty hard right now.
It's a fun game. Okay, it's frustrating,
Yeah,
but it
understandable.
can be fun.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was thinking about starting Dota because I'm getting really upset with League of Legends lately because fucking Riot, man. That-
Dude,
They don't know
leave Dota.
anything about.
I'm sorry, leave League, join Dota. Get on that Dota train. Come on, dude.
Is
gotta do
Dota
it.
more balanced?
Oh yeah,
Or like-
it's definitely more balanced right now. At
Is
least.
it
Yeah.
is it possible that if you're really good at a champ to carry, even if you have a really shit team?
It can be.
Yeah.
But then one member can also sink your team. So like it depends how shit they are, right? If they feed the other team, then you're gonna lose. But if you just like
sure.
if they're just not good at their position, they won't lose the game for you automatically.
Because the problem in League of Legends, I started playing in season 3, so that's 2013. You used to be able to single-handedly carry a game, pretty much. But now they've got like this tank meta going, and it's like, oh, 80 carries. It's the same in Dota, right? 80 carries, or is it called
There's
marksman?
it's a little bit of both. Just depends on the
Yeah.
hero.
Okay, so like ranged champs that go bot. I don't know how the meta is in Dota.
Range champs can go bot or they can go top depending on the champion, right? So the hero.
Okay.
It's dependent. So like there's this one called Drow, and she's usually a safe laner, but there are other range heroes like Weaver who could be a carry around mid game. He doesn't transfer as well into late game. That could be really useful top lane. So just depends.
Okay. So you don't have like fixed lanes or something. So in League it's mostly one top laner, which is mostly not necessarily always, but
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much always a tank or a bruiser. So someone who deals damage but can still tank a lot of damage.
Top lane can be like an escape, or it can be like just a carry that is good at evasion. Usually it's either a tank or someone who's good at escaping are usually the two good kind of metas there. There are other heroes that work well there, but it's very variant. So like I could play, there's this one called Venomancer. I don't know how familiar you are with Dota, but he's like a snake dude. He can put down wards, and those make him pretty, even though he's not really an escape in the sense where he has a good escape ability, it gives him vision all the time, so he can always know when someone's
What's it
coming
called?
for him.
Venomancer.
Yeah, Venomancer. It's
Just like Venom.
Yeah, Venom.
Venomancer.
Mm-hmm. He's a weird snake guy.
Venomancer. Abilities. Where's that? Oh, there.
Mm-hmm. He's got serpent wards, I believe they're called.
Launch support. Are there passive abilities in Dota too? Or
There
no?
are passive abilities.
But not everybody has them.
No, not everybody has passives.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just depends.
So, for example, let's say you don't have an extra passive ability, but like your Q has a passive, or do some champs have a passive even if they don't level up any abilities?
You have to level up your passive. It's not just there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just one of your abilities you level. Then there's like the side tree where you can get better other passive skills, so you could increase your gold income over time.
Oh yeah. I
stuff like
remember.
that,
I've played Dota for like 10 hours, but I found it like really hard to get into because of the receipts, or what's it called? I don't know. I remember it briefly from playing Warcraft 3, but I was like 12, 13, 14 when I played Warcraft 3, so I didn't know what the hell was going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a big learning curve that needs to be addressed in the game. It's still there. If you want to get into it, it takes a while. For sure.
So, what is it? Is it called Elo or is it called rank in Dota?
God, MMR is the term.
MMR, yeah, matchmaking, ranking, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you play ranked at all, or do you just play?
When I was playing more, I used to play ranked a lot. I got around. I was like 380 or just around that, and 4,000. That's when I hung around. So it wasn't bad.
So pro players are like 5, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Way below that, but above average. kind of like
way above.
Yeah. I would not be that decent now. I'd be really awful. I remember I hopped on a while ago and I just watched my MMR drop as I tried to remember how to play
still do new champs or no?
They still do new heroes every once in a while. Yeah, they update it.
There are so many right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not as many as in League though.
Probably
Damn,
not.
I thought, no.
Because a lot of them have a lot of skill shots they have to work out. There's a lot of that. I don't think exists in League as much. I don't know how many skill shots you have to do, but there's a lot in Dota.
Like some heroes don't have any skill shots.
Mm-hmm.
Some have 1, 2, some have 4. Yeah.
Cool.
That's quite interesting. I think I might pick it up.
It's free, so there's not that much. If you don't want to play it anymore, there's like just time commitment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? It's some intelligence hero, like a mage, who's got 4, like Invoker. Is that
Invoker?
4?
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of different skills that can change.
Yeah, he's got 12? No.
Oh, he's
16.
got so many. I don't remember offhand.
14.
Mm-hmm. And they all get better or worse depending on what invocations you're using. So like if you have all of the like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
What the hell?
He's a complicated hero. I wouldn't ever try and pick him up early. You gotta like really know what you're doing with him.
No, I know. Because they are like combos you've got to learn, and you've got to be like QQW.
Gotta do the quad. There's like this thing called, I think it's Quaz, is the one of his invocation things or whatever. But it's just like,
okay.
yeah, not
Quaz, Wax, and Exert. That's what I'm just looking at the wiki page.
It's so complicated.
God.
And having to do that on the fly, like it wouldn't be complicated if you're just like reading about it, but if you have to like think about what you're doing, it's like, oh god.
But there's probably, oh my god, I'm going to look at, I have no idea what he does, but I'm just going to look at an invoker montage.
Oh, he's got like crazy. He can fire tornadoes. He can take away all their mana. He can conjure like little fire dudes.
Oh yeah,
a whole bunch of other stuff. He's got this cold ability where he like slows people down. It's great. It's really good. Huh.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's the kind of hero he is. So I'm like,
just jumps over a wall, disarms 4 people that are almost full HP. Oh, okay. They are level like 18 to
I think we're gonna
22,
die here.
17,
Oh my god,
24.
thank god she
He's
ran away.
25. Just gets all of them. And there's these fire blasts just raining down on them.
Okay. We're in a bad place here, boys. This isn't good. We're doing bad in the campaign. Oh my god, we got stuck down here. All this is good. We're getting nice resources, but down here, I think we're fucked. Oh my god. Oh no. We don't have any range except for that fire ant. Oh, it's so bad. Wait, no, we have javelins, don't we? We have some. God, but they got these big boys. Okay, summon little animals. Let's do it.
I think if I'm gonna start playing Dota, and I'm going to like convince people to stop playing League, I'm just going to say, just go listen to the announcer voice of Dota. It's 10 times
They have a whole bunch of different ones too. I don't know if you guys do.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Then there's like a, god damn it! I just hit the C button and I moved. I didn't know that turn was gonna end. There's like a whole bunch of like different voices from other games, so you could get the dude from Portal if you ever played Portal, the like little robot British guy or whatever. It's pretty great.
Space.
It's wonderful.
He's called something with W, I think. Portal, something with WEM.
Yeah, dude, Invoker's insane. I would never want to play Invoker in Dota. Tramp Protector's alright. He's got some good support skills, definitely, for sure. Oh my god, am I getting chased down here? I feel like I'm about to be chased down. Oh, he's got an army full of slaves. If I get killed by this guy, I'd be so sad. Okay. We're gonna prep to fight is what we're gonna do. We're not running at all. We got all these. Okay, now we're running. Got all these little bitches. We don't want to stay there though. That was in a good place. We literally need none of the resources that temple provides.
I think in Portal 2, Wheatley says something along the lines of, "That's why your parents adopted you," or something.
Oh no.
So radical.
I'm sure that's on the Dota announcer.
Oh yeah, here. He says, in test chamber 4 of Portal 2, "Alright, so that last test was seriously disappointing. Apparently, being civil isn't motivating you. So let's try things her way. Fatty, adopted fatty, fatty, no parents."
Just shaming. I love the dialogue in that game. It's between like the announcers and the player. All right, guys, this is really good. I don't know if you noticed, but in that temple, we didn't get access to these guys, these crossbowmen.
What's wrong with being adopted?
Or these guys.
Lack of parents, for one, and
these
also,
guys.
furthermore, nothing. Some of
All
my
really
best
good.
friends are orphans, but
These dudes,
just
these are
like
these
some of my
are
best friends
harpies.
are black people.
with armor. We can get flying birds with armor on them. This shit's dope. Okay, we
God.
got to keep this
So
castle. We
bitter.
need this. This is of significance. This is good for us. Okay. Up here, though, there's not much going on. I'm trying to get another commander, but one isn't popping
It's really
up for some
late
reason.
here. I think I'm going to go to sleep.
All right, man. I'll catch you later. It's good talking to you.
See ya.
Fun
Yeah.
shit.
Have fun playing your weird old
My
old
weird
style
RTS.
game.
Or, sorry, turn-based strategy, not real time.
Yeah. Okay. See ya.
All right, boys. My cat keeps turning off my Twitch chat on my other monitor, so I can't keep track of it, even though there's like no one talking in there right now. Okay. Well, listen to this, because this makes me feel like a serial killer, and I feel like that's the mindset we should be in for this game. Okay, boys? Gotta be in that serial killer mindset. You get 140p when you're watching the stream, dude? That's not good. Gotta increase that, resolution shit a little. Dude, the Bristleback's a good character to listen to. I can't remember which announcer I'd use. I'd have to go check. I like the main one a lot. The other one's kind of distracted me a lot of the time. Oh my god, this lady's so dangerous. And I don't have a good... I need to find an ancient forest near here where I can spawn units like these. Because I need... These guys only spawn in the Sacred Groves. They don't spawn over here. So we're basically just sitting on no units but the summoned ones, like the weird minor animals I've been summoning. Which is not good. We don't have good future projections on this game right now. Especially because there's people right next to us. She hasn't retaken her temple, though. When you're at work, it doesn't load any higher. That's not surprising, given that my data plan kind of sucks when it comes to like that shit, too. Oh, good. Okay, these are good because they just shoot acid at people. They'll kill our front line, but they'll also kill whoever's attacking us. They're good against these slaves. They're just damage dealers. I wish they were in front, though. I'd rather them die first than hurt our units. But we'll settle for it. We need a commander. I don't know what's going on. I'm very upset. Oh my god. Okay, it does not want us to succeed. If I move this guy, we're not going to get satyr spawns, which is why these guys are spawning. Now, I think there's a Harpy Scout spawning these guys somewhere. I don't know what the Harpy Scout looks like, but I swear she's the one spawning things. Where is it? Or maybe just Harpies. Harpies might spawn naturally, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, none of these have the trait for spawning, so I think Harpies just spawn with the Ancient Forest. Okay, we're gonna change these songs again. What song should we listen to? Don't go on my history. Here, let's listen to... Where's my liked videos? There's all my videos. Here's one good one. This is some good shit. If you guys haven't seen Lucifer, you should watch this show. Alright, boys. Let's keep going. Go to the thief. Alright. So we still need a commander. This dude has just been amassing slaves in our towns. Destroying us. Ooh, but he just got wiped. Ooh, that hurts him. Okay, then this guy's gonna kill this guy, and then we're gonna go on this guy when he's real weak, okay? That's what's about to happen, hopefully. Hopefully one of them doesn't run away. Oh my god, that is not... Okay, now we have an army of rabbits. I love that summoning, but at the same time, it's really not that good. I love it for the lulz. That's why I love that shit. I was wondering, should I move... I should move my chat this way, so I can see it more, and I'll keep my other thing over here. There we go. I'm sure they're really having an epic conversation in the common room in the Discord I'm in, but I can't go there and stream because it's not allowed. So they did run away, so that sucks for us, because now this guy could fight us. And I don't think he'd win. I don't know what spells he has. That would be dependent on whether or not he won a battle with us. Alright. Okay, we lost something over here. I mean, someone's been stumbling. Could just be an NPC, but, I don't know. I guess we'll just get some more warriors. We don't have a lot of options right now. Do warriors not go berserk? I actually gotta check that. They might not go berserk. Nope, they still do. Now the question is, do these guys go berserk? No. But early on they don't. Centaurs never go berserk. How about satyrs? Do satyrs ever lose their berserk? Satyr snipers lose their berserk. What we have to do is get units from way up here down here. Now we can see there's a satyr commander. It's not my favorite, but we'll buy it because we want to be able to move around. Okay, this guy has 2. This guy, they both have 2. I'll take the injured one, probably. Let's take the injured one for a spin. Take all the harpies, and we'll go out and try and stomp some hoes. Don't want to fuck with that troll, or those 3 trolls. They're kind of dangerous, and probably too strong for us to take on at all, so we won't do it. Oh my god. Oh, please. Defeat them. Kill them. This is our base. We don't want to lose our base. Okay, we didn't lose our base. They're so dead. What a fool. What a fool. You gotta go. I'll jump back if you're still streaming when I get home. I probably will be. Ooh, a Keeper of Traditions. This is really good for us, boys. We got a Minotaur, so we'll start spawning Minotaurs now. It's kind of a slow spawn rate, but it'll work. They can trample. They got some good shit going on. That's what we need. We'll actually Century that guy so he doesn't pop up all the time. Since we already got one guy over there. Take this forest. These giant ants are going to cause some issues down the line. I can just sense it in my brain, in my mind's eye, but we'll deal with it for now. I think this dude is just amassing slaves, which I'm not a fan of because we don't have any particularly strong units here. Okay, Freya, come here. Look at this. Look at this cat. Okay. So she likes to go sit on my laptop and close Twitch chat. Now, she wasn't so cute and so fluffy. She'd be gone, right? She'd be kicked out. Is that right? Speaking to me? But she's super fluffy. Look how cute she is. Okay.
How many people do you have watching you on Twitch?
5 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch right now. Why?
Just curious.
Oh my god. Oh well, I guess this
Think they're gonna
bounced.
grow?
I don't know, dude. We'll see. Maybe if I become a socialist, I might grow more. We'll see. That you ever hear of Irish Laddie? You hear about that guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty cringy.
But he's growing, regardless. He's getting an audience. Well, we may have just lost our lovely woman based on hitting push to talk. That'll be a real shame. It's looking
The
likely.
fiery debate we've got going on here, guys.
What did you say?
Very fiery debate we've got going on here.
In this room? Yeah, it's super big debate.
Yeah.
I'm just in here because this is one of the few rooms I can stream in.
Oh, okay.
Dirty Dungeon, what are you streaming?
Conquest of Elysium 4. It's a game where
Okay.
you lose because you forgot you had your push to talk set to the move key on the game. So you move all your forces into a square where you die, right? Because there's a bunch of enemies there. And that was all because Soma asked you a question that you responded to. So thank you, Soma. Appreciate
I
it.
don't understand why you can't just keep your mic completely, without push to talk.
Because you're going to hear every time I talk to anyone who talks in my chat, right? So it'd be really annoying where I go like, hey dude, yeah, I totally agree. Your dog getting attacked by a squirrel was really shitty. And then you're going to hear that, right?
I understand.
Do you want to hear? Hey, I'll go off push to talk. Anyone
No.
talks in my chat, you'll hear it. Don't worry.
No, don't.
It's already off. You can't
Yeah, I
bother
wouldn't
me.
want to hear you talking to the 2 people in your Twitch chat.
I wouldn't want to talk to them either. Because YouTube chat's better. Like, guys.
No, YouTube chat is atrocious. All you see is a bunch of racial slurs.
I mean, maybe
Yeah,
in your
he gets the
YouTube channel,
videos Ron Hager.
but I
Yeah,
protect
maybe.
my YouTube
When
channel.
When you go to like
because
say
I'm not a
Fox,
fascist.
when you go to like a Fox like live stream and then you see like the live stream chat, all you see is people saying racial slurs. If you go to a CNN live stream chat, it's racial slurs.
Alright, I
It
can
goes.
handle this right now.
Look, I don't know what kind of fascist you have in your chat, Hagar, but in mine,
I don't
we're
talk
pretty
to
good. here.
fascists.
I mean, it's not what I've heard. That's all I'm
What?
saying. It's not what I've heard. I've heard other things.
I used to talk with them back when I was more on the right wing side, but not anymore.
It's fine. I mean,
Why can't
Didn't
you
you-
believe me when I
yeah.
say that I've evolved
just-
and changed and gone through severe character development that made me change as a person?
character. Are you
Hey.
a character? I don't know.
Yes,
Hey,
I
God.
am.
Hey God,
All of us
didn't
are
you used
characters.
to support Hop at one point?
Yeah, I did use this to be a hobby and why.
Really? Oh my God.
Mhm. Yeah, I used to believe
I
in the
just-
whole like bullshit
Monarchy
that Hoppians
thing.
would say. Yeah, like they're essentially like for libertarian shit, but at the same
Yeah,
time
yeah,
they want to
but
enforce
with monarchy.
authority. Yeah,
Well, I
which is
mean, they want
weird.
minimum authority, which is effectively minarchism.
But the thing with like hobby and shit is that it's self-contradictory if you think about it. Unless like you somehow justify it within your own view, which is basically hobbyism. Then you realize, oh, this
I
shit
mean,
is
that's,
stupid.
that's almost all ideologies, right? It's facts supporting subjective opinion.
Were you ever in Politics 101? You seem like an OG that I might have talked to before.
No,
Wait, you don't know who
Oh,
I
Humphrey
was
is?
in Politics 101.
Wait, you don't know who Humphrey is though?
He seems like someone I could have talked to back then on other servers I could have frequented.
I haven't changed my name, so if you don't recognize it, I probably haven't spoken to you.
That's fine.
Surprised no one set up a Game of Thrones final chat room in here yet.
It was. We took it off. I took it off at least.
Ah.
If you want me to put it back on, I can. If you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, if someone wants to jump in on that. Because I'm guessing, like, for quite a few American, well, on the East Coast, they're just probably finishing up work, so.
Sure, I'll set up lecture hall back as it again. Where did lecture hall? There it is. Here you go. Game of Thrones spoilers. It won't autocorrect to say the word spoilers correctly. Okay, I'll actually type it in right. There you go. You got your channel if anyone wants to go to it. I'll move it up for you too. There, it's the
I
load
still
drop thing.
cannot get into Game of Thrones, to be honest.
Actually, at this point, I would probably say don't bother.
Wait, why?
It's like,
No, get in a Game
the
of
thing
Thrones.
The thing with me is that like I can't get into things I can't relate to.
Well, the thing is like, if you sort of take away all the dragons and all that sort of stuff, it's sort of more of a political show. It actually deals with. Yeah, well, it's kind of closely based to the War of the Roses, a period of history in England. Like a lot of things, like the Ice Wall is actually based on Hadrian's Wall. Like a lot of the characters in that are based on like Egyptians or Mediterranean people. Like the whole like the Targaryens are like into like the whole incest sort of thing. That's how Egyptians did. Like most pharaohs were inbred children, and they were like quite diseased. But yeah, he handles like there are different names in it, but he based because he's like I think he's a fully qualified historian, so he knows his history. So he bases his books on like events and stuff that's happened in history. He just chucks in zombies and dragons just to keep people like entertained.
Okay.
It's a good show. You should watch it.
Yeah.
Do you think there's even a character I can somewhat relate to?
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, probably Daenerys, considering the fascist tendency she has.
She? Why do you think I'm a fascist?
I mean, it just seems like it's obvious. I don't know. Maybe you
Wait,
disagree.
how am I a fascist?
I mean, your rhetoric seems to like mimic that sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe because you need strong rhetoric sometimes?
I don't think fascist rhetoric's necessarily strong all the time. Just
You
depends. Like
kinda need to
FDR had really strong rhetoric, but he wasn't like fascist or even like authoritarian.
I still don't see like how I'm authoritarian if I'm like literally anti-authoritarian. Why?
I
Because
mean,
say
I've
the word
heard you say things against authoritarianism, but then I've heard you say ideas that would come in line with fascism.
Such as?
I don't know if I can mention them on stream.
Oh my god. Is it because I say the word degenerate sometimes?
That's definitely a part of it, yeah.
Just because I say the word degenerate doesn't mean I'm a fascist. You can still say what's degenerate and not be a fascist. Like, if I find something disgusting and degenerating, I call it degenerate. If I see two people, like, flirting with each other on a VC and having e-sex, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's fucking degenerate. Don't do
Wait,
that
why
on a
is
fucking
that? Why
public
is-
server, you disgusting piece of shit!
Wait, what's wrong with that?
I just find it repulsive, that's why.
Oh, so you're repulsed by something, so it's wrong? And that people shouldn't do it?
In my view, yeah.
That sounds pretty fascist. I don't know, dude.
How is that fascist?
Because generally, fascists are repelled by something or appalled by an idea. And so they're like, I would never do that, right? And I don't want that done around me.
Hey, it's perfectly fine to be offended by stuff. It's
It's
just
more like to have a good stable
No, but to be
server, you must
repulsed
have
is
rules to
different than
uphold it.
offended, right?
yeah.
You must have rules to uphold something and not make sure that your server degenerates into something you don't want it to be.
Degenerate. See, a server could change in its Overton window, right? But degenerating is a whole nother idea. Coming with
So
a lot.
seeing people publicly flirt with each other in the degenerate chat is completely fine. Sure.
So it depends on what kind of degeneracy, right? So if people are like talking to each other, right? I'd say it's a kind of more leftist value to be cool with this open sexuality, right? Now, if you disagree, maybe you're just a little more conservative, right? It doesn't necessarily mean you're fascist, but the word of degenerate, and I find that thing disgusting, seems to lead to some sort of like othering that may be interpreted as fascist, right?
I mean, the thing with me is that I'm pretty biased. Like, I think that sexualizing women is disgusting, but I am perfectly fine with sexualizing men and objectifying men for all they are worth.
You're fine with objectifying men.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Cool. I like it.
What the fuck? Ew.
Hey, I mean, this could be classed as flirting. You sort of saying about you like
That's
to
what I
like
was- yeah.
great men. Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm clenching my teeth right now.
Yeah.
I'm clenching. Never mind. I'm sorry. I
Don't
apologize.
clench too hard, you might crack a tooth.
No, it's fine.
I just wish you would stop flirting
Don't
with
clench
me. I
too
find
hard,
it
you might
really
crack a tooth.
degenerate, right?
I'm not flirting with you, I swear to
Look,
God.
I mean, I would appreciate it if it didn't happen, okay? That's all I'm saying.
It just happens out of nowhere. It's so sudden. I hate it.
Why am I playing this game? I just loaded up agar.io, if you know what that is. I don't know why I'm playing it, but I'm gonna...
No, I ain't got a clue what that is.
Oh, it's like you play as little bubbles.
Ah.
It's great. Can I just get skins? Do I have money? I don't know how much money I have. The fuck? What is this game? Oh, I have to sign in. I'm not signing into this game. But Hagar, you think I'm a fascist?
Well, it was a rumor I heard from people.
I mean, I
But
heard
I guess
rumors
it's
about you too.
disproven by now.
I didn't believe them until you started believing the ones about me.
What are my rumors exactly?
I was told not to repeat them, so I don't want to like break someone's trust.
Fine, fine.
I think you're a decent person from what I've heard. It's just,
Wait, really?
yeah, you seem okay. Except for calling me a fascist. That really triggers me, right? It makes me really upset.
Well, the thing is that I called you a fascist due to what other people said, that's why.
Same.
Within minutes, I converted someone to my own ideology. Where's my
Oh,
gladiator
no.
role?
Yeah, we're
Wait,
Soma
who
when
did
need
you
us.
convert? It depends on who you converted.
Ajax is Crusade.
Look at the guy up there. What's his name?
It's probably Ray.
It doesn't sound like
Yeah.
this person was like very strong-willed. if
It's
you
that
converted them
thickest
and
guy.
make it-
It's that thickest guy.
Oh, definitely. You would never get. No, not for him.
Then I'll convert Ray, right?
Ray's easy, are you sir?
What do you mean
Sir.
Ray's easy? He's like literally impossible to convert. I don't
He's
know
the
what you're talking
stubborn
about.
one,
Have
I
you ever
guess.
spoken to
Yes, he's stubborn, but
Bird, what are you talking about?
Oh my god, I'm so fucked. I'm so dead. Oh, I'm alive. I lived. Okay. No, Ray is actually really stubborn. I don't think he's easy to convert at all.
no.
He's got strong convictions in his beliefs.
Yeah, and I
I
like
was to
that.
convert Ray to an American imperialist. Can I get the gladiator roll?
I don't know, dude. We don't decide that based on conversion rates. Otherwise,
I'm
is
literally saying
anyone
I switched-
anyone who practices Islam would be in charge, right? Because they're the fastest growing religion. So
No. Here's why though. Like, because I'm literally switching someone who's all pro UN right to American only.
We kind of have to be there to witness it, though, to see how you did it.
I
and,
mean,
like,
that's a pretty solid thing, dude. I
But
don't
in my
know.
own way.
You're doing pretty good. I hope. Hope you're doing it.
I'll do it in my own way.
I'm still not even sure how I became a leftist in the first place. All I know is that
Who
it took a
became a
lot of
leftist?
shit. Huh?
How you became a leftist?
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. Maybe it was pure disgust or reaction I had towards specific people that made me want to, like, go against what they believed in.
Wait, that sounds fascist. Hold on.
That sounds
No!
pretty fashy.
How?
So you were
It was
disgusted by one
reactionary.
group, so you decided I want to be in this other group.
It was more like, wow, this is what this group truly believes in. This isn't what I believe in. This
I don't
aren't
know,
the
dude.
values that I would have
Look,
supported.
Look, it's
So you completely did a 180 and changed your whole philosophy. Like,
It
you know,
wasn't that easy, though.
I'm right wing, but there's a lot of things on like the far right I don't agree with. That's why I'm
It
more of a
wasn't that
centrist.
easy, though. It was more the fact that, like, hey, this
I'm
group I've been
right-wing, but I'm a
associating with is
centrist.
actually pretty bad. The things they support are bad, and I didn't realize until now, I can't support this group if this is what it leads to. So, I decided to stop supporting that group and look into other alternatives for my views. And then I saw that what I supported at the time, for me anyway, is actually in line with what this other group of people. And that's how I looked into leftism.
Mm.
Because I don't think I was a true right-winger in the first place. Maybe I was just confused or manipulated by others to be what they wanted me to be. And they kept indoctrinating me to be like them.
I remember this
Maybe.
one time I convinced a girl that I was like kind of like hooking up with that abortion was wrong, right? And I totally got her on the anti-abortion train for a little bit. It was great. It was fun. But no, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you could really easily like fall into their politics very easily, especially if you're not like the dominant partner. I don't know. It's pretty rough.
Oh my god.
No, one
Hold
girlfriend
on, I
dated
didn't
for, like,
mean
3
rough in
months.
like
We-
that context.
We had,
okay? That's
yeah,
not-
we had like completely opposite like views on like politics, but the sex was good.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, she's like she's one of these girls who, like dyed her hair blue and that sort of stuff.
Finger, did she agree?
there's no underage
Yeah, of
people
course
in
you
here,
agree.
are there? I hope not.
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think so.
I don't want to break super rights. No, I was about to say, like, I don't know why, but when I think of like a white racist person, right, and then them having to like sleep with like a person who isn't white, I don't know. That just brings some joy to me, right? I don't know why. I'm just like, I think it's a good thing.
Right, there's definitely no one here underage because have you seen that like GIF that's going around where some black dudes banging this like a white girl in a college dorm room like doggy style, and on her wall she's got a confetti like flag. And he's like,
Yeah, I saw
holy
that.
fuck.
I saw that actually.
Yeah.
It's awful that I saw that, but I saw it.
Well, it was quite a popular gift. It was like all over the place.
Mm.
But there is a thing called hate fucking, isn't it? So
Dude, I'm a fan of that. It's great.
people sleeping with people that they absolutely hate.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why the whole like Muslim porn thing's got fairly popular in the last few years.
Dude, that's why that one girl's popular, Mia Khalifa. It's like the entire
Yeah,
reason she got popular.
Yeah, she's what is it called when you've got like a deaf sort of thing on you? There's a name for it.
A death?
Yeah, when like people from Islam sort of say, you know,
I
we
have no
condemn
idea.
you to death. Yeah, there's a thing called for that. They sort of send it out.
I think it starts with an
Okay.
F, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, she's got one of those, so she's got to be careful where she goes around now. but she's been out of business for years, hasn't she? Like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, she's just like working on like sports stuff and Whataburger.
Yeah, I don't even think she was in the industry that long.
No, well, I mean, definitely not where she'd be considered like relevant.
So FK, not FK, Dirty. Do you think the internet promotes people to actually engage with ideas that they're not used to, or the opposite, that the internet suppresses and creates echo chambers?
No, what it does do, it gives
so-
everyone with an asshole a voice.
So what it does is it allows you to whatever belief you had, right? If it was against what your community believed locally, the internet lets you believe something different, right? However, that just means that so if you were really into like alt-right stuff and your entire community wasn't alt-right, you can find a home on the internet, right? Without having to worry about everyone in your life like hating you for your beliefs or hating your beliefs. So you can find people who will confirm your biases almost anywhere. So in that way, it's expanded the ability to believe in something that isn't in your local community, but it hasn't like strengthened diversity of thought or anything.
Yeah, because furries would be nowhere near as popular as they were like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's only because they can find people online that think in the same way.
So like it lets you have more fringe beliefs without like as much concern. But I definitely don't think it increases diversity of thought from what I've seen.
I see. Why do you think that?
Just what I've inferred off of like social psych. So like in social psychology, right? If you have, from a research paper I did, if you have like an in-group, you're not likely to confirm behaviors that are outside your in-group around you. But if you can find a new in-group, you'll just go like join them if they have the same like beliefs as you or they're similar to you in some way. So if you're a white,
basically,
but you're also like not likely to have implicit biases towards that group, so you're probably still not as likely to be alt-right even if you have those beliefs. You're more flexible because of your implicit biases from where you were grown up in.
yeah, people don't want to hang around with people that disagree with them. That's basically what it is. They want to hang around with people that actually agree with them. So what happens? You just get like little small pockets, and that's why you have these like bubble communities. Because like anyone that like challenges their views or has a different views that they agree with, they'll just kick them out.
Mm-hmm.
But aren't there like intersectional communities as well? Or the opposite?
We're like more. I mean, there's going to be communities like this one where there's a lot of different thinking, right? But ultimately, we're here for some similar purpose in some way, or we understand each other, right?
So sometimes people just here for like intellectual conversations because honestly, most people I try to talk to just don't want to, talk about anything important or about ideas.
But like the plurality. Okay. No.
Yeah, I was just saying, like the people I talk to want to talk about like next door neighbours or something like that. Just that sort of stuff does not interest me.
Thing is, man, I think people they like interaction, right? And sure, like people are coming with different goals.
Well, we are a social species at the end of the day.
Yeah. And the thing is, right, I think that the internet gives you a wider opportunity, like you said, interact with people who have ideas that are similar to yours.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the fringe, right?
Yeah.
But by doing that, when you have community of people because like a person usually has like a whole bunch of different beliefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or interests, actually, even more. So interest.
Yeah.
And some of those interests intersect with people that they actually disagree with on a whole lot of other things. And so if you might have a fringe interest in something, right? Then it might connect people who have this fringe interest, but also have interests that are very different. And so in total, the person is very different from you.
I am finding
Does that
like a
make
lot of
sense?
people. I am finding like a lot of people don't find
So-
common grounds anymore. Like
So the-
you're right wing or you're left wing or you're this person or that person. There's like no middle ground anymore. Like literal groups are being split. There's
Same
no
with
intermediary anymore.
political.
Yeah.
I mean, there like political polarization is like increasing, generally, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I don't know if that's the internet. Maybe that is the internet.
I don't think that's increasing from what I've understood. Do you have
Political
numbers to support that?
polarization?
I'm pretty sure that's just something people have drawn on to. From what I can tell, like at least in the United States, polarization hasn't really changed that much.
Oh yeah, definitely in the United States, Canada too.
Do you have something
Oh, no,
to
you
support
always
that,
hear-
or
you
did
always
just
hear,
hear
like-
it on the news?
Yeah, no. Like the numbers support this. So
I mean, you always hear like the country split, and it's sort of
no,
same sort of
no.
case.
Like there's been various, but like there's been tons of research done on the increasing polarization.
You're probably better than me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
So anyway, could probably try finding them if you want. I don't want to do that right now. I don't feel like talking about.
Sure,
No,
I
that's fine.
I didn't think polarization was increasing. But like as far as the internet thing goes, I'm sure it doesn't. I don't think there's like a solid answer. I definitely think it allows like you to hold on to certain ideas, though. Is the point I was trying to get across. Now, if you're saying it
Yeah,
also
I agree
exposes
with
you
that.
to other ones, I that could be the case. Yeah, wouldn't
I think
disagree.
what it does is by exposing you to people who you agree with. Sometimes you'll have people you have similar interests in one case,
Mm-hmm.
right? But in a whole bunch of other cases, you don't have those interests, right? So
Yeah.
the interest could you could have somebody who mostly like for example likes Overwatch, right? They love playing
Yeah.
Overwatch. They think the game is great. However, they have very different political views from you. They have very different friends from you, that sort of thing. So you could end up being very different other people in that case. But you get in communities where people like Overwatch, and then you find these other people. So it does sort of, in some way, um, open up, I guess, the amount of people that you talk to. But then what might happen further is that these like communities could divide or whatever. But I think,
Yeah.
but I still think that in total, right, that you still get like a net increase in the amount of just because disparate interests, people with disparate interests, can find themselves. People with disparate interests might not actually have total similar interests, and so that's why they actually do end up interacting a lot on the internet.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I do think though that either way, their initial confirmation will be there. So if you were like a furry, right, and you went out looking for a furry community,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
wait, what's wrong? Oh my god, that dude thought we were talking about furries. He thought that was the conversation topic. We'll go to alt-righters. So if you're an alt-righter looking for an alt-right community, even if you will learn new things by going to that community, one, those might not be positive, which I don't think you've said. But two, the new ideas are going to be selective to that group's initial biases, right? Because you're not going to change that alt-right bias in that group, probably.
Yeah, I think so there was this I was listening to this Rationally
Oh my-
Speaking episode on this podcast, and what they talked about kind of like the initial sort of culture that somebody can like inculcate in like a group
Mm-hmm.
by just doing certain normative practices, and that just gets carried on to new members and so on and so forth. So yeah, I agree that there could be this initial character, this culture that was inculcated from the first members of it being alt-right and that changing sort of generally just who goes on that channel, right? However, if we had something like this channel is for like sort of like what the culture becomes is like, oh, for furries only or whatever the hell,
Mm-hmm.
and furriness is the center of it and not other things, right? Then you might have this
always willing to express their views the most, I think. Because if they do it enough, then the people that disagree may just leave, and the people that agree will stay in a group.
Sorry, I'm playing Agar.io and I'm getting like really butt fucked here. Oh god, no! I hate this game. I hate this stupid game. I was doing okay. I was chilling out. Hold on, I'm gonna put. That's my new name. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I necessarily disagree with you. I thought at first you were making a different argument. Do you watch Game of Thrones, Dan?
Huh?
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, but I haven't watched the new season yet.
Okay. So do you agree that like you agree then that if you went into a Game of Thrones community and you like were really into that, you're going to have like a predisposition to find things that support that narrative of Game of Thrones though, right? Or no?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. As long as you agree with that, I'm fine with everything else you said. Oh, Hagar, did you want to bring up like something about fascist collectivizing? Is that what you?
No.
Okay.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
It had to do with Game of Thrones, for fuck's sake.
Game of Thrones final was so trash. I don't think it was trash, dude. I think Game of Thrones was okay. I think that's a word for the ending of Game of Thrones. It was okay.
I hated the ending. This last season. I mean, the
Don't
season
say
before.
any specifics in here, by the way.
No, I went. The season before, I had issues with it, but like it wasn't big ones. I still really enjoyed it, but this season 8, like they've literally got everything wrong.
Everything wrong.
Season 6 was the really good season.
Like everything that they've been building up for like 7 seasons, just none of it paid off.
You know
There's
what?
a lot of payoff actually, but
Did you guys watch Star versus
what?
What?
Cut out.
Star versus the Forces of Evil? You watched that?
I
No,
like
I'm-
that cartoon.
I haven't
But,
even heard of that.
I didn't
It's a cute
finish.
cartoon.
I haven't watched the last episode yet, so I have to watch that last episode as well. But I heard it was good.
A new TV show I've got into is that Chernobyl. It's actually really quite well made.
Oh, dude, I heard that was really good, and I'm excited for another HBO show. It's going to be about what are they? Watchmen. The Watchmen. You ever seen Watchmen or anything about it? Read the
I
graphic
know of the
novel?
movie.
Oh,
How
yeah.
It has a bunch of sex scenes for some weird
Oh my!
reason.
I brought up Watchmen last time, and you said the same thing. Okay, look, they're very
Well, yeah,
tasteful.
like-
They're tasteful sex scenes. Okay.
They're
And
not.
well,
They're disgusting.
well, there's only one I can
Yeah,
think
the
of.
script
and
was really
it's
poor.
very-
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one I can think of in the comic, and it's actually it's there for a reason.
I go back to push to talk. I keep forgetting I have my. I don't
Are
have push to talk on.
actors that do sex scenes basically like porn?
No.
Yeah, my understanding about this Watchmen TV show it's a prequel, isn't it? It's before the comics or comic.
Yeah, but
because there's only
how
one.
about this is better. Are actors that do sex scenes sex workers?
Well, no, because they don't have sex.
No.
They act out having sex. There's a difference.
Here's the thing.
Do you think sex workers have to have?
I think
You
it's
should watch it.
relative to your identification. I think that's what it is. I don't think there's any
But
clear
it, dep-
definition.
but it depends on the film because there is some film that has actual sex scenes in them, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Did you guys watch a Philosophy Tubes video about sex work? By any chance?
But I should look into
Yeah, I
it.
did.
Like 45 minutes. But,
Is that what he
Something
was
that
saying? Is
bothers
this one of
me.
his arguments that everything is sex work, or is it like?
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
You need to watch it first.
Dio, this is something I've been meaning to ask
Yeah,
you.
just watch it.
Oh no! I saw him sitting in a chair, and I was like, "That looks cringy right now. I don't know if I need that right in my life. I don't know." Like did you see the what is it called?
I've seen every one of his videos, so.
No,
Yeah,
but it's
probably.
just like the part of the video where it shows you what it is, the tab, the thumbnail. I saw the thumbnail and I was like, that looks super cringy. I don't know. What's up, dude? It's more
You should
artistic.
watch his
appeal.
his anime one. It's fucking hilarious. Holy shit.
I don't believe in anime. I don't think it's a concept that exists.
Dude,
It's one of the
it
best
doesn't
things ever
matter.
created.
Should watch.
I believe in cartoons. I don't
My
know what the
day.
distinction is. I don't think
It's
the
more
anime
than-
distinction is important. No,
Okay,
you can
so
watch adult
here's-
cartoons. It's just like anime is a weird distinction, like Japanese. Why do we need that distinction?
Okay, here's the thing.
I
The
think
term
it's the art- I think
cartoon,
it's an
like,
art
what does
style.
it mean?
I think it's an art style
Cartoon?
more than anything. Like a very general art style. Because like, I don't know. It's more like a culture inside animated cartoons.
Why?
I kind of get it. It's like trying to call like all cartoons like all the same. It's like trying to call all music the same. You have certain genres of music, so you have certain genres because you have like adult cartoons, like Archer.
Yeah. You don't have adult
Rick
music.
and Morty. But you have like you have heavy rock, you have rock, you have like techno, you got trance, you got
Yeah, exactly
jazz,
like
you got.
Listen, hentai is the highest form of art. Okay.
This is why I think someone actually just said that in my Twitch chat. But when you look at anime, I don't think it's a useful distinction because there are different art styles, but I don't think any of them are classified under anime necessarily, right? So there's
Well,
like,
I mean,
See, I don't know
different.
I don't know what the huge difference between anime and was it magma or whatever.
one is books, right? Cartoon
One
books.
is
Okay.
comics. They're comic. One's comics. So Dirty, I think what you could just look at it as like cartoons is the a sort of Western approach to animation.
The pop
Anime is
music
Eastern.
version.
So it's like so it's like just like a like in philosophy you have continental and analytic, right? And they overlap sometimes, but they're like they just have different histories to them. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could. I don't think it's a strong identifier for most people. Maybe you have a better definition of anime. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I just destroyed myself in this game. And I just attracted all the wolves to my demise. But I don't think most people have a good definition of what anime is. Necessarily. Oh, please save me.
Well, yeah, I don't think that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
About that.
Maybe you might have one, but still, I don't know. Yeah, I'm allowed to record in the debate room or lecture hall in CC. You can't
Wait,
record
did
outside
you
of
guys-
it too.
Did you guys say? Wait, was there? I was deafened for some time, right? Was there like this whole thing about what anime was and what anime wasn't? Because I was under the impression that like anime was just like animation made by Japanese. Like
Yeah, I
in
don't think
Japan.
that's a useful distinction though, because they're all so different. Is what I was saying. But if
There are
Dio's
animes-
pointing it back to like some like historical idea, right?
There are
Well, there's this whole
animesque. There
discussion
are
over
animesque.
whether Avatar: The Last Airbender is anime or not, or what is it? Oh, shit. Panties and Stocking is anime.
Oh no.
Can't
I mean, like,
No, can't
but
we
like
just-
One Punch Man would be classed as anime, but I don't know if that's actually. I don't think that's Japanese. Though,
Yeah,
is
it is. It's Japanese.
Yes, it is.
It
Yeah, it
is
is.
Japanese.
Can't we just like I don't understand. This is confusing to me. Like I never saw it as simply just like just the style. Like I understood that something can have an anime-esque style, like I don't know, Teen Titans or Avatar: The Last Airbender or something. You can have an anime aesthetic, right? But what makes something an anime, regardless of how it looks, it doesn't matter if it looks like Panty in Stocking or Shin-Chan or something. Doesn't matter. That is anime. Period. Like I that's what I've always thought of that. Just it's being made by Japanese in Japan.
I just don't like that definition though. It seems pretty weak. Why would you?
Yeah, me too.
Why would you
It's
do it
it's-
based on that?
it's been the
identification?
explicit definition of the term for
Like
so
if I
long.
make something that aesthetically looks like what you identify as an anime, right? I don't think you would be like, oh, well, it's not in Japan, so no, it's not anime. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe you
literally-
would.
You
I
gotta
literally do.
admit-
Maybe you
You
would.
got to
but
admit that
I-
anime does have a
seems odd.
style. Like you can sort of say, you can instantly see like a screenshot of like an anime. And go, yeah, that's
Oh,
an
I'm so
anime
fucked.
TV show. It does have like a style.
I'm so
Like anime, like I always go to Wikipedia for shit like this, right? And it's like the word anime, Japanese term for animation outside Japan, anime refers specifically to animation from Japan or Japanese disseminated animation style, often categorized by color browser and fantastical themes.
See?
The culturally abstract approach to the word's meaning may open up the possibility of anime produced in countries other than Japan, right?
Yeah.
They that definition, they said this definition opens up the possibility of it, right? So it's entertained. So your position, Dirty, is pretty openly like said. They say that it's very subjective. You're according to a lot of things.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably people use it subjectively. It's just
If
not
you go
very-
to
Like, I don't know, people
Wikipedia,
get really
it says
anal.
It's an art form.
People get really anal when you call Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime, and so like I just limit my this is like the same argument for like
anime or not. Like,
what did you say?
I'm pretty sure. I would say it's an anime. It
What if I just make a-
Just out of curiosity, because like I'm not really into anime, but I did enjoy the last live action film based on it. Alita, Battle Angel.
Okay.
yeah,
I really
so,
enjoyed that film.
so that movie was actually based purely on like something that was made in Japan. So
Yeah,
in
manga.
that case, like, what do you call the movie anime? In that case, no, it's not really in the style. I
The
suppose.
work itself, like the movie itself, right? Like, okay, Edge of Tomorrow, right, was based off of a Japanese form of media. But Edge of Tomorrow, starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, nobody would look at that and say, "Oh, this is like anime," even though most of the movie is indeed CGI and animated. They wouldn't say this is anime because it's very clearly a Hollywood production, even though it was based off a Japanese light novel. Okay.
Oh, just the mods in it. Brig is muted, and I don't think he knows why. Because he
All right.
literally came
Well,
in.
then what do you call like Devilman Cry? What do you call that? That was like basically some like in this case, this is a weird case because Netflix funded it, right? So Netflix technically created it. And Netflix is an American company, but it was a Japanese.
They're the sole producer of it.
Huh?
Like, was
It was
Netflix
a
the sole
Japanese team that
producer?
made it. But
The sole
it was
pro- so the Japanese team, right, that
Netflix.
made it. Was the animation like made like in Japan? Like, I have to know like a couple details.
I actually don't know where.
There are examples of this, like joint projects. I think Ruby actually goes through has like a Japanese what was it? Like a Japanese thing.
So the minute it touches Japan, it becomes anime?
No. I'm actually questioning this, right? Because when you go into like these joint sort of venues, right, where it's like a multiple international effort, right, to create like this show or this manga or something like that, then the definition of anime is, as I see it, starts to really the lines start to really blur there.
So
I
then
wouldn't be sure.
So if it's like pure so it's like if you're not white, right? If you don't have like pale skin, if you're kind of tan, you're not a white guy, right? It'd be kind of
Wait,
like
what?
that definition. Oh, because like the minute it starts touching other places, it gets blurry, right? It just doesn't seem useful.
No. I think that it counts more about whether or not it's actually animated. Specifically, the animation itself is done in Japan. Like in case of Devilman Crybaby, Netflix paid for it. They gave them money to make it, but Devilman Crybaby was entirely produced. When I say produced, I mean created in Japan by Japanese people. So I think that in that case, I would call Devilman Crybaby anime.
I can think of one. Is it called like Eon Flux? That was
Aeon
made
Flux?
by MTV.
Wait,
Yeah.
Aeon Flux is like a French comic book or something that was
No,
adapted
it
by
was-
MTV into an animation, I think.
Yeah, because I think that's classed as an anime.
No, it isn't. Not in any sense.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah, Pingu.
How about Bionicle?
Oh
Hold
no! Stop!
Wait, what's wrong? Bionicle seems like an anime. They got like weird
No, it's
gear
not.
swords and stuff. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying.
Bionicle.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
like Bionicles.
I'm confusing
I used to
Aeon
grow
Flux,
up
I
on
think.
Bionicle.
I'm confusing Aeon Flux with Ultraviolet. I actually was wrong in this. Aeon Flux first was a television series on MTV, and it just had a
yeah.
tie-in film. It had a tie-in film, comic book, and video game adaptation. I thought the comic book came first.
Yeah, I'll post it in because like the whole style of it is like it's quite anime-ish.
It was created by Peter Chung, who is a Korean American. So this was an American-made thing.
Yeah.
If
Okay,
it was
this
made
is-
in
yeah.
Korea, it still wouldn't be an anime.
No. He's Korean American. He's an American. He's an American person.
But yeah, anyone interested, I post it in debate room. But the actual whole style and that of it is, to me, it reminds me of like an
Was
anime.
Bionicle made in Japan? I thought Bionicle was
No,
a
I don't
Japanese
think
thing.
so. It was made in-
Bionicle is made by Lego, dog.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, are there Japanese Legos? There might be. I don't know.
You can't get more American than Lego. Not really.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean,
Oh my god, Dirty.
they have like
Stop.
Legos of the airport. I don't know if that's very
Oh my
like.
god.
I don't know, dude.
Pingu, hold on, Pingu. How does this Like,
I'll debate
I
Lego
don't
with
know
you.
if
Let's
this is-
debate Lego.
I'm not sure if this is
the
not
most
safe for work or not,
American
but
thing
Pingu,
that you could have.
Yo,
I swear.
Pingu, I'm in debate room voice, right? How does this look like in anime or like Japanese style? Like, how does this even look anything like that to you?
hold on. Oh,
Is it Bionicle? Are you looking at Bionicle?
No,
No.
he's looking at Aniplex.
Yeah, debate room voice.
God
I'm
damn
looking at these caps and I'm like, this looks like if anything, this looks like French.
Oh my god, why is she naked? Hold on.
Oh, she's
she's
naked. Oh,
fine.
I'm sorry. Is this too? Is this not
Yeah.
safe for work? She too.
Oh my
Hello.
god. She got like some
I've been
slinky shit on.
unmuted.
Oh my god.
Happy days.
Should I delete?
She
Dude, this looks like an
anorexic,
anime.
to be
This looks
honest.
like an anime.
She looks anorexic. She doesn't look like she's eating enough.
Listen, this
that's
is what
definitely
real womanhood
anime,
looks
dude.
like.
That's
you may
anime.
not you may not agree with it, but this is peak woman. Okay, I don't know what you're talking.
His
This woman looks like she's
I,
starving.
I
to-
remember my girlfriend always had those weird curly tips that swing up back towards her ears, right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. No, that's an anime. Just based on that hairstyle, that's an anime. There's no way.
Like
Oh,
Charlize
God.
Theron tried her best. Not even Charlize Theron could compete when she played in the live action adaptation. Nowhere near.
Like, I feel like a weeb when I look at this. I don't know, dude. I don't know about you.
And I thought Charlize Theron's outfit in this was kind of revealing, but then I saw the actual character. I was like, oh, damn.
Wait, there's
really
an
toned it
actual
down.
movie based on this? What the fuck?
Yeah, it came out in 2005. It was fucking awful.
oh yeah,
like it would
was,
be
it was
awful.
absolutely terrible.
It looks
Really
like it
bad.
would be bad.
But the MTV animation is actually pretty cool in terms of like experimental style. But we're getting off topic here.
Yeah.
In terms of whether or not something's like anime, I thought
Hardly
that
wearing anything. Jesus Christ, it's like she's fucking wearing.
it was pretty clear. I don't know. I thought it was pretty clear. There are some cases where things start to blur a little bit, but like even in a case of like Devilman Crybaby, I was like, nah, this is pretty explicitly anime.
Dude, I've seen some X-rated videos who wear more clothes in their shots than any of that show has for that.
I've seen way worse. You should read some Jungle Woman comics.
Like that looks like
I'm
a
not gonna-
latex suit that I'd tie someone up in. That's all I'm saying. Like it's just I don't know. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you whether or not you think that's for kids or if you think that's a cartoon.
It was on MTV,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes.
so
Yeah, this
it
is
was
when MTV
directed.
when
It was
had,
aimed
like,
at
Ren-
it was aimed at teenagers, not kids.
Yeah, I mean this when he had like Ren and Stimpy on and like Beavis and Butthead. That's for like decade.
I don't
Well,
even.
Ren and
what
Stimpy
is-
didn't get
what is
really
Ren and
adult until it
Stimpy,
went on
dude? I've
MTV.
never heard of that.
You know, I think
heard of
Beavis
Ren
and Butthead is kind of anime.
I've never heard of this.
Ren and Stimpy used to come on Nickelodeon as well.
Oh,
That's
dude,
kind
I
of-
wasn't
I think-
allowed
I
to
think
watch
it- I think it did.
Nickelodeon. I couldn't even watch Nick at Night, dude.
But yeah, it was originally on quite late at night on MTV, like Ren and Stimpy. It's about like a cat and a dog, but it's so hard to explain
Oh, like
because
Tom and
it's
Jerry?
really really weird.
No.
No, this was weird. This was like really really.
The
out
show
there.
the show
very,
is
like,
there are animal characters that are the main thing, but the point of the show is very old school, like extremely old school, like back in like the 1920s and 30s. It was just a vehicle to show like a lot of silly animation, have a lot of silly plots. The guy that made it, John Krasinski or whatever, he was a very strong believer in like not having a lot of writers or anything, or just having like animators themselves guide what was going on. And so like as a result, Ren and Stimpy inadvertently created like the Renaissance age of animation. It, in part, that show and like Cartoon Network is kind of the reason why so many more cartoons appeared in like the 90s and beyond, or whatever.
You
But
know,
yeah, he,
a lot of the reasons why they didn't hire writers and stuff, is the writers had unions.
I mean, like that was. I think that
No,
was, yeah, in the 80s.
2005.
In the 19
That
well
was
no they did
2005,
have
wasn't it?
writers and storyboarders in like the 1980s, the period that John K hates, but like they were like corporations that like use cartoons to sell toys exclusively, right?
Oh
And,
yeah,
like,
that's it.
so they did have writers. It was just like John K wanted animators to control animation, basically. Like he wanted them to be in total control.
Fucking
And Ren and Stimpy is a show where that's very clear because, like, the episodes they don't really have plots. There's just a lot of silly animation techniques and gross.
I'll be
The
right
animation
back.
is
You guys
beautiful,
can listen
but
to
like
my
if you're not into like gross out stuff
And I'm
like
gonna
he
start
is,
drinking.
or like really esoteric adult jokes that are really weird in a children's cartoon, then Ren and Stimpy might not appeal to you. I love the show
Yeah.
personally, even though
Yeah,
John K was a pedophile.
think of like that Too Many Cooks that was it Cartoon Network came out with.
too many cooks.
Yeah. Think of that in like
many.
cartoon form.
Even
Just,
then,
like,
I
really
wouldn't.
weird.
Too many
out.
cooks.
Even then, I can't even like say because like no show on Cartoon Network could compare to the animation quality of like Ren and Stimpy. And I love Cartoon Network. I mean, maybe Ed and Eddie comes close.
I mean,
Except
Too Many
for
Cooks was
animation.
more of an Adult Swim production than a
They
Cartoon
didn't
Network
even
one.
fucking lit.
Adult Swim is part of Cartoon Network.
Yeah, but they're like compartmentalized like studios, right? They don't work on the same content. It's like a subsidiary type deal, right?
Yeah, but they still like talk. Like for example, Toonami, right, was a Cartoon Network thing, and then when it came back, it became an Adult Swim thing. The same guy that did Com came back. Like they all knew each other, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now
for
Tom
sure.
can curse and shit. And it's
That's
fucking awesome.
also mostly because like they don't really trust Cartoon Network right now currently that they are at like doing things because they know they're gonna fuck up something. They
Well,
don't really
yeah.
trust them because like
Well,
they
back
keep
in
making like reboots and the reboots fucked up, and that's why like they trusted like Adult Swim with Samurai Jack because they know they would give it like the treatment and respect it deserves, unlike say the Powerpuff Girls that got really shit reboot.
Yeah. There are
I
some
mean,
people.
look at
Dirty
I
would probably
saw
argue
some
that
of the
Samurai
Powerpuff
Jack's an
Girls.
anime.
Like, what's the whole thing about it being? I only saw a little
It's
bit
just
of it.
like if you compare it to the original, it does not hold up. Like the original, what made it good is that it had action, it had like a lot of good animation. They focused on a lot of like adventures and a lot of like plots that actually like made utilized of like the girls and what they do with their powers and how to like save the day. And then the new one, they focus more on like say social things and like social aspects, not so much as it was as before with like action.
Well,
And
I'd say it's explicitly the new Powerpuff Girls is explicitly a comedy show. I think it's over now, but
it's
the newer
trying
one,
to be.
yeah, it's like explicitly a comedy show, which is where a lot of Cartoon Network's head. It's because action cartoons cost too much money, and
I
like
know.
the merchandising around the board, like merchandising for anything is going downhill, right? Like action cartoons used to be widespread because they were able to foot the bill for the complicated animation because kids would buy the toys, okay, of like all the
Not
characters
even
and everything
then, because
as
like
merchandise. No, back in like the 90s, definitely.
well, yeah, but like even then, like if it was about action, it's not like it was just about action and like oh boom, you get like toys. I feel like they actually had meaning though. Like
No,
if
Hagar,
that
I'm
makes
talking primarily from like a business standpoint, which
Oh,
is how
okay.
these executives see these sorts of vehicles, like these cartoons and this animation. Like Powerpuff Girls was more than just like a show; it was like a brand, right? Like you have Powerpuff Girls pillows, you have Powerpuff Girls, what was it? Backpacks, Powerpuff Girls toys, and everything. That's what paid for that show. That's why they were allowed. That's why they allowed that show to be as action focused as it was because it paid for itself in other ways. In the digital revolution era, in like the 2010s and everything, everybody gets their entertainment, especially children, online through the internet and everything. And kids don't really buy toys anymore. They have smartphones for that now.
Yep.
So like that's why so many cartoons are no longer action based, like the old Justice League, the old Batman, the old Teen Titans, the old all that other stuff. Avatar: The Last Airbender, even the reason why we don't get shows like that anymore, and we get comedy based shows and these comedy based reboots like Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans Go, right, is because that's cheaper and it just makes money easier.
Kind of a shame though if you're going by money.
Teen Titans Go is
I mean, that's everything you watch on television is about money. Every single thing. Don't ever. The only reason that we're allowed to get like great artistic moments or like heavy moments or heavy like dramatic things is because it's currently making money, and so it's permissible. Okay.
I mean, it's capitalism.
That's kind of
actually,
sad though. Like you're gonna view
what
things from
actually
like a
might
materialist
be the
perspective.
case
Like
is that a lot of these events are marginal, meaning like the main thing is that you'll have, for example, like the Transformers movie, right?
Mhm.
In that case, right, the artist's idea was just like to get rid of a lot of characters so they could start selling new toys, right? But the marginal effect of having to do that, right, is that the way they decided to do that actually left a bigger impact than getting rid of just like having them, like they get rid of them in some other fashion, right? It didn't actually matter how they got rid of the toys. They just decided to have fun with that idea. And so that's what a lot of like creative effects might actually be with like these big business companies. It's like it's like you work with what you have, and given that you like making what you're producing, what you're producing could end up being good simply because you like what you're doing, and the aspect of making money out of it kind of just creates the venue for you to shell out that creativity and
Wait, Dio, are you all right? So like, are you talking about like the business, like the producers? Like when I say producer, I mean like people
I'm
paying for
talking
this, or
about
you mean
the-
like creators?
Yeah, the creators.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the creators at all. Like the creators most likely want to make their vision. Like I completely trust the fact that the vast majority of animators are doing it. Like if you want to go into animation in general, you are passionate about it. Okay, even if you're trying to go into it, you must have to be passionate about it just because of the nature of the industry itself. Like I know that those creators and everything want to make their vision and want to make their stuff happen, right? But like they don't control whether or not it goes on air, and they don't control, everything else about it. Often they don't even own the IP by the time it hits the television, right? This is by the people that pay for it. That's what I'm mainly talking about, the people that are paying for this. They care about the toys, they care about the merchandising, they care about the brand. They don't care if the writing goes downhill in season 3 or whatever. It's like, are people still watching, still tuning in? Fuck it,
No, that was huge. That was huge in the 80s. Like literally, like
Hey, it's Ping Guy.
It was huge. It was literally like the cartoons were made to actually be adverts for the toys. Like Transformers was a toy.
I'm sorry if I
think
insult.
it's fair to say that like
I'm sorry if I
cartoons were
insult
made
any. I'm sorry if I insult any boomers in the room right now, but yeah, like 1980s cartoons. The reason why almost all of them were terrible, okay, and you can go back and I swear to God,
exist for toys.
almost all of them.
I need
were
to
fucking
tell
awful.
you
Yeah,
to
but like
fuck
to
off.
say that the 2000
First of all.
ones and say like before
Okay.
2000s, like say 98 or 99, they
Signature.
exist for toys. Are a bit blind.
How does everyone in here?
Yeah, how is Naruto still existing if there's no Naruto toys?
But there are.
I'm gonna-
Naruto is a massive brand. What are you talking about?
It was a
Naruto's
massive
have you
shonen
seen
hit,
the pop
though.
figures?
Yeah.
Wait, they merchandise the shit out of
Oh, for
Naruto.
fuck's
What are you
sake.
talking
Yeah.
about?
A lot of anime gets merchandise.
So you didn't have like
But I
that.
don't-
Kid, hold on, you didn't have that kid, that cringy group of kids in your school wearing the Naruto headbands. Like they bought those.
What do you mean
I'm
that's the headband?
Canadian.
Wait, Sig
We're-
Natural, Sig Natural. You're bringing up the
Huh?
headbands. Did you have the cringy kids who wore like the Akatsuki robe?
Oh my!
Oh, yes.
Nobody went
yes,
that far,
we
to be
did.
honest.
We had
I
one
didn't see
Akatsuki
anybody with
rober.
them.
We had
I used
one.
to wear the robes.
No one in
Oh
my
my
school would
God.
wear anything anime related.
I was a Kingdom Hearts fan, but when I saw one kid with an organization jacket, I was like, bro, you can't be doing this. You're making us look bad, all right? This is
See one kid with a fucking keyblade.
I don't even think
Jeez.
if anyone's
It's
gonna
okay at a
recognize that. They're gonna be like, where the
convention,
fuck?
it
What the
seemed
fuck
kinda
is that?
weird,
Like, it's probably
that-
from I don't even know.
No,
I don't
they're-
think
no, they're
everyone
just-
played Kingdom Hearts at the time.
no. They just go on like a normal fucking school day. They're not going to some convention afterwards. They're not doing this. No, they're literally coming in with it, right? And they just think they look cool. They're just like, yeah, this
What
is
is
my
it?
Keyblade,
What did
man.
you wear? What is that?
An organization robe. I look it up,
I
man. From
don't think
Kingdom Hearts.
anybody would know that though, because in my school, no one really knew about like Kingdom Hearts. Nobody knew about like say anime.
Unnatural gay shit.
Everyone was just like weird. They were too normal.
Right. Well, yeah, that stuff primarily existed to sell toys and animation, and that's why Ren and Stimpy, despite being a revolutionary cartoon, only lasted 2
Is that a
seasons
woman? Is
because
that
it
a
was too
woman?
fucking expensive.
Courage
And
the
the
Cowardly
characters,
Dog is by far one of the best cartoons I've ever seen.
Okay,
Exactly.
Cute, but like.
and it
they
only
never
lasted
sold
what
toys.
3? It only lasted 3 seasons. I
Yeah, it
believe.
did.
Correct.
Yeah, it didn't last very many since.
Is all good
Right.
Yeah, but like to say that
Robe
like the
or woman?
cartoons existed just to sell toys is a bit blindsided.
Wait, I
You
didn't
know,
say.
that
they
was
did.
literally the case in the 80s. Like Care Bears,
It's
G.I.
not just to
Joe,
sell toys, but, like, one of the
Action
big
Man.
Wait, Hagar, how is that short-sighted? Just explain. How's that short-sighted?
Short sighted.
Is that
because,
King Guy, the creator of
my
King
God.
Guy OS?
Yeah.
Shit.
Are you
Please
all done?
continue, Hagar.
Yes,
Basic-
I'm done.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that from the 2000 onwards, to say that like all shows existed to sell toys is a bit wrong because like not all 2000 shows like existed to sell toys.
Like,
My Little
okay, can
Pony.
you give me? Can
Oh
you
my
give me an
God.
example? Can you give me an example of like a show you know for a fact that did not
Was very
exist?
successful?
Hold on, that didn't exist because of its motivating factor to sell merchandise and sell brand. Can you give
I
me one
got
example?
one. Ed, Ed
Yeah?
and Eddie never had any toys or merchandise.
Invader Zim never had any toys.
Wait, how do you wait?
Shut
How do
up,
you know?
Talia.
Wait, how do you know it had no that it had no merchandise? That's my favorite show, by the way. But yeah, it
I
I
definitely.
know,
had
so was mine, but at the same time, I don't think ever any merchandise existed because
They had
I know
lunchboxes.
I've been searching for years on the internet. Where's there? All you can find is the DVDs, and that's it, as far as I know.
I bought the video games. They had a few of them.
Yeah,
my
the
friend-
Video
Xbox
game, but
as
like,
well.
what show doesn't have a video game?
Okay,
It might
quite a
change- it
few
might
don't,
change
but
it-
that's
it
might-
that's merchandise.
Oh
A
my
lot of
God.
shows on video.
Okay, it might have changed in the
But
90s, but
Sig,
definitely every
there's-
cartoon in the 80s was
Why does
basically
everyone
produced for
interrupt?
cartoons.
No, so
But yeah,
Sig,
80s.
Sig, there's a
I'm
difference.
not saying 90s,
between-
80s.
There's a difference between the show, like being like you merchandising events after the show becomes popular, and you creating a show just to sell like the merchandise. So I think like if the main
Just by
the difference is
Hope you guys
like
have enjoyed the
usually when
talking.
you start merchandising these things, like if it was seems like it was planned for all these sorts of events, like
Okay.
that's what gives you the evidence for those being different. Like it always like all these YouTubers, right? That you see now, they're not running their YouTube channel to sell their
I had to
shirts,
find my
right?
controller for this.
Yeah,
one.
I think you're conflating. I'm sorry. I think you misunderstand my argument here. Like you keep. I do not think Danny
Tom's gone
Antonucci, right? When he pitched the idea of Ed, Edd n Eddy.
It was literally done for a
Cart-
dare.
Hold on. I do not think when Danny Antonucci, I don't think when he pitched the idea of Ed, Edd n Eddy to Cartoon Network that he had the idea to sell merchandise. Okay, I believe that Cartoon Network did a cost-benefit analysis. Okay, just like they always do when they're trying to make an investment. Okay, which is what every show they do is an investment. All right, on how much they get to make off of this and how marketable this brand is. Okay. They are the ones that have the merchandising in mind, not creators like Danny. Okay, I'm not. I like when you're talking about someone like a YouTuber, right? Those guys are the creators. Okay, they also happen to be producers. They're a little bit of a different thing than like what's going on in cable television. That's an entirely different thing. I'm talking mainly
Also-
about the people that permit this thing to be on their network because they matter in the end.
Also, it's not just about the materials that they sold for the show, right? Ed, Edd n Eddy, if like looking at it, think about how much it brought to Cartoon Network.
I mean,
Like,
it had
just by
great
marketing
ratings.
as
Yeah.
a Cartoon Network show, right? It brought new viewers. It brought. I know to their website they like made multiple games that like throw onto CartoonNetwork.com when I was like a little kid, right? That were specifically just
that
around Ed,
skateboard
Edd
one
n
was
Eddy.
fucking dank, by the way.
Oh my god, no, it was not. Do you know the
And
one
so was the
where-
one where you made the machine to get the jawbreakers.
Do you know?
sorry.
Wait. Do you know the Bioshock game where you to hack into something where you have to like put all the items in order?
Yep.
Or put all the like liquid in order?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Ed, Edd n Eddy one with the jawbreaker?
Yep.
There we go.
That one always looked. It looked
You guys are
always.
like 24. Actually, no,
It was
you guys
so
are 20.
so what? It was so awesome.
And
I'm 24
virgins.
next month. Actually, you're pretty close.
Shut up, Talia.
But yeah, that was actually a pretty great thing.
I won't. You don't know me.
Thank you.
Right. So that was a pretty good game. Yeah. But
No,
yeah, Ed, Edd n Eddy as a
what I was
brand.
trying to get at was like really that the I get what you're saying as well, but what I'm trying to kind of get at is there's some of these, like, let's take Hot Wheels for example. Hot Wheels just started out as sort of being this toy that was sold to kids, I believe.
All right, boys.
Right.
Is
So
my-
like
is my-
the
we
product
did
came
you got a
before the
controller.
show, right?
Yes.
I just gotta find out where
The toy came before the show.
that was the right cord.
Right. But there's another way to
know if
make
you're getting,
money,
like, a
right? And
close-up
it's
view
to have
of
the
Monica
show come before the toys.
Congratulations.
Right? And it's the sort of sense of like the emphasis you put on the toys, right?
We're gonna play Brawlhalla.
Are the toys the main factor which you make money, or just sort of like a side gig kind of thing? You know,
I'm
and
gonna
that's
go deal with something real
like
quick.
it always seems like good to go on and sell toys because they'll make money, but if it's quite a different thing if that's actually the main way in which you make money, right? So
In terms of shows like animation and everything, if you look at like merchandising, like how much money merchandising makes compared to how much the actual like TV shows or even movies make, you'll quickly realize that merchandising is the reason why most animated things sell in the West. Okay, that sounds crazy. But when you when I
said about
the
that,
big
but
reason, hold on,
Star
Pinky,
Wars.
you're interrupting. Pinky, I'm not done. Like for example, right? I always wondered why Pixar kept making Cars movies. Okay, I was like, why the fuck is Pixar making all these Cars movies? They're not good, right?
Yeah, they're
and
not.
then I looked at how much fucking money Pixar and Disney, to an extent, are making from Cars merchandising. It is insane, billions of dollars. Okay, that is like, that's the reason why they keep making them. It's not about that. It's about keeping the brand alive, right? You keep making movies, you keep the brand alive, and so you keep selling merchandise. There's a big reason why shows are permitted to exist. Okay,
I mean, that's the thing with Star Wars. Star Wars makes more money from merchandisers than they do actually selling the film.
Oh yeah,
They make
several times
huge
over.
amounts of- yeah,
several times over. Yeah.
I mean, because
I
like
agree, but-
that's one of the things that George Lucas kept rights to was actually to the merchandise. That's why he's a fucking multi-billionaire.
Yeah, that's I agree with that, but like I mean, like just think of it this way, right? Do you expect something like a more mature film, 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? Like,
You know
not
about
gonna make
mature
money.
films? I can give
Alright,
you
2001: A
example.
Space
Not
Odyssey.
gonna make money
In
from
the
merchandise.
80s,
Pingu, please stop interrupting. He wasn't finished.
Robocop. There was toys
Pingu,
for
he wasn't
Robocop.
finished.
Yeah,
I'm
so there's not
sorry I
gonna-
interrupted earlier.
It's alright. So,
Yeah.
see,
Okay, thanks.
those sorts of films are gonna make money through merchandise, and I think other kids shows might not be best for merchandising. Like there's a way to create a show like Cars where every character is very easy to merchandise to make models out of, so on and so forth, right? But it's not going to be the same for a lot of, I think, for a lot of other different kid shows.
Dio.
That's the
Can I
difference.
get
that I'm trying to
something?
Dio, I actually have a. I'm sorry. I actually have a thing to counter that. Like cost benefit analysis when you make these sorts of things. Like the reason why movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey are allowed to be made is mainly, and also that movie was made in kind of a little bit different. 1969 was a little bit different than even the 80s, right? But just to say, the reason why movies like that are allowed to be made is because companies they make several movies a year, and like those movies, and like they have plans for certain kinds of movies and plans for other ones, right? 2001: A Space Odyssey was 100% expected to make money. It had a group of producers behind it that wanted to make money. No matter how fucking anal my favorite director Stanley Kubrick was about how fucking perfect he wanted everything to be, he still did have to answer to those people. Okay, he
Can I
still
get
did have to go on that thing. And also, 2001: A Space Odyssey is actually a pretty bad example because it actually was being made at the same time as a book that was also expected to sell. Arthur C. Clarke's book.
Can I get something in real quick?
Yeah.
My microphone quality good?
Yeah, you're fine.
Sweet, that's good. I really want it because someone was complaining about it. All right. Continue.
But in regards to that, all of these things that you see are expected to sell by the people that pay for them. Because Stanley Kubrick didn't pay for 2001 with his own money. A studio did, and that studio made an investment that expects it to sell. I'm not like saying like I like this. I don't. But like in our capital system,
I'm not trying to say what my disagreement isn't over that. I'm just saying yes, that movie was expected to make money, and I'm saying a lot of kid shows the main way in which they're monetizing it isn't through other merchandise, and I don't think that books really count in this space. I mean, you could say they count technically, and I mean fine, whatever, but like
I mean, most
that's not
books.
really what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about other. Like I'm not talking about other like forms of communicative media, right? I'm not talking about books. I'm not talking about music, right? Because that's a funny thing. You know, some anime is actually made to sell music. But anyway, so the thing is that the way that you go about producing the items, if you think that this show in itself is going to make a profit, then it's sort of worth to just invest in making this sort of the best show possible because you think that will make the most money in the market, right? And so that's
Yes.
the kind of that's the separate view.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that I'm sorry to interrupt a little bit if I am, but you're saying that there are shows that exist, and probably more shows today are made now than they did in the 80s that they're confident will sell on their own and not just selling because they're a brand that be able to sell merchandise.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Now, I agree with you, right? But because we're now in a climate where that's more expected, and we're definitely in that climate now that more shows are expected to sell just on their own and on a brand, that means less risks are being taken with those shows as an effect, right? Like Ed, Edd n Eddy, as it exists, right, was done in an extremely unique way that paid a lot of homage to a lot of old animation and stuff like that, particularly involving like the way its musical style was and its walk cycles and everything. But it was still a suburban slice of life show about kids, right? And when you build something like that, you don't need to put that much emphasis on things like merchandise because like it sounds like it's just going to work if it's just funny enough, and it just works well enough.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, like
now a
like
lot of shows. The problem that's going on right now that we talked about is that so many shows in the 2010s and beyond, possibly are now these comedic slice of life shows like Teen Titans Go or Powerpuff Girls, even though they're about literal superheroes. Now they're trying to be kind of like what Ed, Edd n Eddy was, right? These funny slice of life things, even though they weren't initially about that. Because now they can't fall back on, oh, it'll sell in merchandising. Okay. Now they're expected to make money on their own, so they're going to have cheaper budgets, and they're going to have writers that are on there just to keep the show running, keep these very simple plots going, rather than having these multi-arc works full of dramatic moments and things like that. Ed, Edd n Eddy, while a brilliant show, was an extremely simple show, right?
Yeah, it was extremely simple, and it didn't need to be complex at all.
It didn't need to be. The animation was very good.
But you've also got TV shows that literally save networks because they start getting advertisements. Like Comedy Central was going to go down. It was going bankrupt, but they discovered this little TV show called South Park. South Park basically kept Comedy Central. Comedy Central was going to go bankrupt.
South Park was an amazing. South Park is an amazing show because
and save their ass.
Yeah, South Park was an amazing show because its animation is dirt cheap, so quick that they can talk about current events like a week after they happen, and it sells boatloads in merchandise.
It does sell a boatload of merchandise, but at the time, its first season, it was just for the advertisement. Like the show, it got instantly word of mouth, became hugely popular. Like I remember when it came out, I was about 14 when it came out, and it was like within 2 weeks, like my whole school sort of saying, like, "Oh, you're watching this new South Park TV show."
But your average show, right, is nowhere near your average show is nothing like how South Park's story, right? South Park is a really big outlier, you would say. Right, it's most of these animation ideas are Ren and Stimpy is a big outlier. The Simpsons was a big outlier. Things like that.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing today is more like the form is not just I think not just that the media is going to sell on its own, but that the media is going to inspire not merchandise but other forms of media. So, like you said, the video game, the video game will come out if it's good. The movie will come out if it's good. Right? So if it was a movie, then the TV show will come out. If it was a TV show, then the movie will come out. If it's a video game, then the movie will come out. And
it'll establish itself as a brand.
Right, you'll just have it as a brand. But the thing, and that's the way that you're making you're creating a brand now. It's more about other things you can add to the quote unquote universe, and less about the cold hard sort of objects that you could get, because you only get people buying these cold hard objects in these rare circumstances where they're very, very fanatic fans, right?
I mean, warm hard objects too.
Well, one of the things that makes me giggle is Anonymous. They use the mask from V for Vendetta. Every time they buy that mask, literally they're paying. Is it Warner Brothers, or was it the other one, Paramount? They're literally paying them money in their bank account. So they sort of say, anti-capitalism and all that. They're literally buying the masks that literally pays the capitalist companies.
What did that have to do with the discussion of merchandising and brands?
Well, it's to do with merchandising, isn't it? Because V for Vendetta, they literally use the mask as a message because it's to do with the film about anti-capitalism and all that. But literally, they're buying.
V for Vendetta isn't exactly about I never got that idea that V for Vendetta was anti-capitalist. Anonymous and those people, they've never struck film. It's anti-fascist, not necessarily anti-capitalist at all.
Anti-state.
Establishment.
Yeah, establishment, and the establishment can mean whatever, honestly.
Really, it can.
I mean, you could class a movie studio as an establishment, but
it's a pretty clear anarchist.
Yeah, film. It is, and the
establishment very clearly everything about about V is very clearly anarchistic, right? I mean,
yeah, my favorite part of the movie is when he kidnaps Natalie Portman, tortures her and everything, and in response she falls in love with him. I love that about that. Such a nice message to send people.
That's hot.
Yeah, sure.
Right. I think.
I mean, it's kind of true, isn't it? It's Stockholm syndrome. It's quite common. Stockholm syndrome, where you fall in love with your capture. Literally, there's what happened in Beauty and the Beast as well.
That's a movie too.
So's Viva Vendetta.
Right. That's why I was making fun of V for Vendetta because it was unrealistic.
But
Yeah,
no, the actual
yeah,
but the
yeah.
syndrome that's suffered in both films is very risk.
No,
very,
no,
very
they're
real.
both unrealistic, Pingu.
I mean, I think the dynamic that happens.
You know that Stockholm syndrome is a
a
thing.
little bit different. Precisely because I forgot her name, but she has many opportunities, right? To just not show up back again, right? But she's kind of pulled into this world. There are a lot of instances where, I mean, she's to some degree she's like affected by the majority of her society already. But there's also the history with her family literally being similar to V in that they were like against the current power system and that they died. And so she has this like if you just like look at the text, like it talks about how like she kind of gave that sort of life up very quickly because her parents died because of it, and so she's just kind of living her life in this sort of very dull way.
Get something in really quick.
And then so V takes her like back to this sort of world where she can act like politically. I mean, and she kind of and the instance with the
Torture.
the torture, right, is that V acts as if he was like
Yeah,
she
the
was
enemy.
captured by the state, right?
No, I understand the context of it, right? I understand that he was like testing her, right? That
Yeah,
doesn't actually.
I'm kind of questioning, like, it is a little bit like, what the fuck, like.
Yeah, it doesn't make it
doesn't
okay.
actually work.
Like at all.
I don't know about that, but it's not Stockholm syndrome because, like
He reveals this to her, right? That he was like on the other side the whole time, and then she's
yeah,
like, "Oh."
like,
Later
she
on in the
has
movie,
no fucking clue that was him. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, she has no idea. She thinks this is a whole bunch of other different people. And it's like she hates him for that for a bit.
Hey,
but then,
Dio?
like, so it's like
Can
kind of
I
like training ish
say
for her to take
something?
over, which is weird. Yeah, sure, Georgie, go on.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing about the establishment is it can mean anything ranging from the premier of the former Soviet Union to your mom. Literally, it can.
That's why I wanted to talk about it as more like an anti-fascist anarchist thing, because that's what it is.
Anarchists. Yeah, that's the main thing.
in regards to what was it?
Definitely
In regards to holy shit, what was I saying? The yeah, the whole thing selling toys and all that. Yeah, that's something that a lot of shows probably aren't like expected to do nowadays because
Most
like
modern
toys.
shows do that.
What?
Modern shows are the ones responsible for that, selling toys or making shows to sell toys.
Well, no. There's less confidence in merchandising toys, right? Because toy sales, all that, like Toys R Us went bankrupt like last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toys R Us went out of business because children don't buy toys anymore.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
So,
It's,
like-
no, it's not. It's not because they don't buy toys. It's because everything's bought online, and no one goes shopping.
Well, no, it's toys. Toys aren't as common. What's more common to be bought now are like things like pop figures, vinyls, things that like not children would buy, but like a collector would buy.
Yeah, and those are unfortunately
Kids
very
are
niche
just
markets.
buying less toys in general, though. Like,
Yeah.
no joke.
Toys
Like,
are
why would you
like,
ever-
are a medium.
Why would you spend like $200 on a fucking Lego set when I can just hand it to a smartphone?
And also, a lot of parents, they don't watch normal TV now, so their kids are not bombarded by like adverts.
Yeah.
So, like most parents, they got like Netflix and that, so they put like Peppa
No,
Pig
kids
on.
are still bombed by ads, but it's different, right?
You guys remember
Look,
that?
Pingu, you're actually wrong. Kids are still bombed by ads. The only difference is now it's on YouTube, right? And it's like
Yeah,
through the
smartphone
video
ads.
itself. So like that one
Could you turn
toy
your...
channel, fucking Dave's Toy Reviews or whatever it is, right?
Oh. Yeah, the thing about merchandising and the... do you guys remember the episode of South Park where it's Chimpokemon?
Yeah.
It's
Chimpokemon! Yeah.
Chimpokemon!
Yeah.
No.
By now! Yeah. Well, it's pretty much all of the current TV shows.
How?
Being no.
Oh, marketed to sell
TV
like cards.
shows. Yeah. All
Card,
the
yeah, card games. Holy shit! Yeah.
translated from what they say on TV into what they actually mean by
Wait,
our
like-
shit.
Wait, Joji,
Get
like
over
what?
it. Like buy our shit.
No. I'm saying like what? How are most television shows like cartoons or whatever exist to sell cards? Can you explain to me?
A lot of them do.
Yeah, I know you said that initially. Can you explain like
quite
which
a,
ones?
Quite a few. Oh, like Pokemon.
That's
which
one.
It was an obvious. Then there's Yu-Gi-Oh.
There's two.
So many.
Wait,
Oh, what,
how many
so
more
many.
are exist to
What,
sell card games? Right?
Digimon.
Because the only ones I can think of, right?
Cartoon-
Like Pokemon in and of Pokemon in and of itself is a brand used to sell a lot of things. It first started out as a video game series, right? And then
Yeah,
like there was a show, and then there was like a card game, right? Like I think Pokemon in and of itself is a brand used to sell a lot of things,
Yeah.
right? With the number one thing to me being video games mainly. I think the
I thought it was the cards for the most part.
no video games.
The cards.
Probably. Most likely, it's the video games.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could make a
okay.
lot more money.
Well,
on it.
I would say
I mean,
Pokemon in.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Pokemon is just like a powerful brand, right? Originally for the video games.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think.
then I think it just
one thing I do
Then-
know is like they
wait one
wanted to
second,
kill off the,
Pingu. Wait 1 second. Then from video games, I think it just transferred over to having to be a powerful brand for Nintendo themselves, right?
Yeah.
Hey, could you turn your send volume down just a little bit?
You know you can turn anybody's down for yourself, right? So you can hear them
shit.
yeah, but
literally
like,
right click them, okay?
I was saying
Never
like
mind.
Nintendo wanted to kill off the Game Boy at the time like Pokemon
Forgot
came out
about
because like at the time they had like the Game Boy Color and they were just about to release the Game Boy Advance, but the Pokemon game was
the Game Boy-
popular
Pingu,
that
the
it kept the device.
Game Boy Color didn't come out.
Bye,
until
guys.
A couple. Okay, bye. The Game Boy Color didn't come out until a few years after the first Pokemon gen. What do you mean?
Well, I'm sort of saying like Nintendo didn't plan for like the original Game Boy to last as long as they did. They were going to kill it off when they released the Game Boy Color. What was quite close to the time when Pokemon came out. Pokemon kept that device alive for another 5 years after that. Like the Game Boy, like it lasted years. There was like they kept support for it for like a very, very long time. There was still like Pokemon games coming out for it.
Hold on a second.
The only,
Pokemon
Game
Red
Boy
and Blue.
games that came out were red, blue, yellow, green, and that's it.
It came out. Hold on. It came out in Red, Blue, and Green. Okay, came out in 1996. Right. The Game Boy Color came out in 1998.
So 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when did they stop selling the original Game Boys?
When they stopped selling the original Game Boys?
Yeah.
Shit.
Dude, that's not a good way to look at this because
Yeah, that's not a good way to look
they
at it. That's
stopped-
really weird.
They stopped selling like something like the PS2, not like.
Yeah, PS2. That's kind of
Dude,
weird.
the PS2 lasted forever. It lasted until like 2010.
Yeah, actually, Brazil's really weird. This sort of things. Brazil actually kept like the Mega Drive, like the original Mega Drive, Sony Mega Drive, alive a very, very long
Well,
time.
in Japan right now, they still sell the NES.
No, it's because it's just because other things cost so much fucking money.
Yeah,
And
but they
in,
don't manufacture these, dude. They stopped manufacturing the PS2, stopped manufacturing the Mega Drive and the.
Well, I was saying about the Mega Drive. Like the Mega Drive was so popular in Brazil that Sega actually stopped selling them. But a company over in Brazil started. They asked for like permissions for the rights, and Sony went, "Yeah, you can have the rights." They actually started producing like copies of like the Sega Mega Drive. Like that thing sold there for bloody years because they started manufacturing them themselves.
Oh, okay.
Sega.
Right. Mm.
But let's be honest, the PlayStation 2 was really
I don't know if
popular.
Pokemon in and of itself now primarily exists to sell one thing or another because it's just like a media franchise, just like what FK said. Like today,
Pokemon's there just to sell the brand at this point, right?
Yeah,
It's
just sell
part
the
of like
brand.
the Nintendo brand.
Let's see
Yeah,
if like
it
they
would-
make a new game this
Well, I
time.
mean, I guess like
Well,
I think really that everything makes money in the Pokemon
I mean,
series.
that was interesting. In like Pokemon Go, that was for like the mobiles. Like
Yeah, it was part of the brand though.
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
highest
no, no.
selling mobile game of all time. Still,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the most profitable mobile game of all time. Still to this day.
Yeah, but
I still play it.
Nintendo stocks went through the ceiling, but it had very little to do with Nintendo. It was actually to do with like another company. It was
Yeah,
another
the Pokemon company. It was a joint venture between the Pokemon company and Niantic.
Actually,
By the
I've
way,
been
the
joking.
Pokemon-
Like, because of Pokemon Go, I became closer friends with some of like my friends in real life, right?
Yep.
Aww.
The Pokemon, by the way, the Pokemon company owns Pokemon, right? It's just that they have like an agreement with Nintendo to like it's very strange. Nintendo doesn't fully own Pokemon. That's why
That's
Niantic.
Game Freak.
That's why Niantic. No, Game Freak develops Pokemon. No, the
Oh,
Pokemon company. The Pokemon company owned Pokemon, right? Game Freak develops the mainline Pokemon games, and the Pokemon company still does deals with other companies like Niantic, who are like a bunch of former Google employees.
It's why you can see Pokemon merchandise in other places that aren't like Nintendo stores.
It's, I just found it hilarious. And when Pokemon Go came out, like Nintendo stocks went through the roof, and I was thinking, this has nothing to do with Nintendo. Like, why is everyone like putting money?
No,
in
it
stock?
does because the Pokemon brand. Okay, it helps the Pokemon brand.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it did help the brand. Yeah.
They knew that the Pokemon Nintendo makes money off of the Pokemon games.
They're
because
literally
the Pokemon
connected
games-
through the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, because the Pokemon
I
games sell
bet.
because the Pokemon games sell Nintendo hardware, right? So like
What's
the
up,
Pokemon
guys?
brand, the Pokemon brand increasing, okay, things like that, like when it increases in sales, increases in availability, anything tied to Pokemon.
So rude. Say hi back. What the fuck?
Now listen, I feel very comfortable saying this, right, without showing anything on it, because I probably couldn't find it, but I'd still feel very comfortable saying when the Pokemon company is going to make a big decision, they more than likely consult with Nintendo about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like Nintendo's contracts are very strict. Like.
Yeah, so
That's-
more than
that's
likely
one
when
of the- that's one
Pokemon
of the
goes,
reasons-
we want to make a new game, they go, Nintendo, how do you feel about this?
Because that's one of the reasons why the original PlayStation did so well. Because most game companies just wanted to put like a big two fingers up to like Nintendo, but at the time they had nowhere to go. Like Nintendo was like the dominant consoles. But yeah, Nintendo's licenses and stuff like what they basically put you through is a nightmare. You basically
No matter how
you
much
make
people
it-
hate on Nintendo, right, Nintendo still offers amazing games, I feel like.
It has franchises. That's the thing. It has franchise. It has franchises.
Well, you sort of say, like,
nostalgic
think
game
about
that people like.
I mean,
If
think
you didn't
about
have
the Nintendo.
that, then nobody would play it. Trust me. Nobody would use Nintendo. if it didn't
like think about like Nintendo 64. Apart from Rare, what other game company basically produced good games for it? You had Rare and
Not for
Nintendo
real.
that produced. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nintendo
think
had
of
a monopoly for a
the
long fucking time.
top 60 games you can think for the Nintendo 64. I guarantee they're going to be games produced by Nintendo or Rare.
You might be right, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is a completely one-sided argument. Like, who the fuck are you arguing with? Honestly, you're totally right.
Oh no, well no, I was just sort of saying like some sort of said like Nintendo was like a great company, and like when the GameCube came out, like GameCube had some pretty amazing games, but didn't have that many. It actually wasn't like GameCube. This
How
wasn't
dare
GameCube.
you speak about the GameCube like that?
That was past my
GameCube,
generation. Think about
GameCube
it,
had like my
I miss
bomb
that
ass
totally.
games, right? N64, GameCube had Legend of what was it? They had Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, fucking amazing game. Wind Waker,
Again,
amazing game.
and again,
They had
again,
Super Mario Sun. Wait, Mario
again, all
Sunshine, amazing
Nintendo
game.
games.
Oh my god, Pingu!
They had the Shadow the Hedgehog game, amazing game.
Shadow the Hedgehog is a shit
hilarious.
game, but I get your point.
How dare you speak?
I'd rather play Sonic Heroes than Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog is atrocious.
Shadow the Hedgehog was an amazing game because he said the word damn, and as a little kid I could watch Shadow.
Heroes is not even a bad game. What the fuck are you?
But no,
It's not a bad game. It's just okay.
if you ever bored, like look into was it Resident Evil 4? You know when it went into like a third
Resident
person.
Evil 4, fucking great game. I still play that
Okay,
today.
but that was meant to be an exclusive for the GameCube, but they fucked over what's it Chronicle? They fucked them over so badly that they went, okay, screw you Nintendo, we're gonna make it for like the Xbox and the
I mean, it's
PlayStation.
whatever.
2
I
as
still
well.
play it today, right? So it's like,
Yeah, the game.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's a really good game, but like yeah, but that was meant to be an exclusive for the GameCube, but like Nintendo fucked up like the dream into that with it.
How'd they fuck up?
they pissed them off. It was meant to be an exclusive. It was meant to be only on the GameCube, and it ended up being like on every console that generation.
Nice. Honestly, I missed a lot of these games, a lot of these consoles. You're talking about GameCubes and N64s or fucking like the original Xbox. I missed all of this shit. You
Nintendo
guys
is
were
still
all
getting
the
it back for the Nintendo Switch, right? They're still getting that game back for the Nintendo Switch.
I've always
It's
been
gonna
a
be
PC.
more HD, so people are still gonna be
PC
playing
Master
it, right?
Race.
Okay.
PC Master Race, man.
I'm not big about that. No.
I mean, I don't care what anyone says. Some of these games that like people try to like, no one can ever shit on the GameCube. The GameCube was a fucking great system. Great.
GameCube and
Oh,
PS2 are
dude.
like up there, honestly.
Bro, honestly, I think you got the rose tinted glasses on the side.
And
because
N64
I mean, a
is
lot of
my
people
little
like
baby. I love the N64.
People like the game.
Yeah,
People like the
N64
game, but they don't love
I
it.
didn't
They
grow
don't
up
love
with
it.
it, but I could totally tell that the N64 was like making a lot of good decisions.
Wait, what do you mean you didn't grow up with it? Am I younger than you?
grow- Huh? I never had an
Am I
N64
younger
growing up.
than you?
I'm 20.
Okay, I'm about the same age as you. I had an N64.
Well, I didn't. Like, my uncle had a GameCube, he had a PS2, and I would watch him play stuff, but I didn't think he had a 64. Or maybe he did, he just, like, didn't have it anymore.
I love the N64. I still have an N64.
He also had, like, a Super Nintendo, and I think even the original NES, but, like, again, time passes by, he doesn't have it anymore. I think he even had a Dreamcast, but, like, I can't remember.
That was a good console, the Dreamcast. That's a shame that it went so pear-shaped.
The Dreamcast was atrocious.
How does Pingu talk shit on the GameCube, but then say the Dreamcast was good?
Well, the thing is with the Dreamcast is like it was one of the first consoles that had built-in.
It literally got killed.
Yeah, it's a marketing that sort of stuff, but it was the first one. It was the first console. No, because a lot of stuff to do was was features. That was the first console to have a built-in modem, so you could actually do online play. Had a VGA out.
So did the PS2.
No, the PS2 you had to buy that separately.
No, you can play online on PS2.
I never.
Not the original PS2, only the later models. The actual original model, you had to buy an adapter for it.
In the PS2, you could even use it to like watch DVDs, like movies.
Yeah, I mean that was.
Dreamcast didn't have that.
No, they didn't.
It doesn't need it. It's a game console, not a fucking entertainment system.
Well, you sort of say it. You sort of say that.
Entertainment.
Yes, the thing is.
Yeah, bro. We're talking about fucking games here, and you're bringing in DVD players. That's not even a comparison. How are you bringing that up, honestly?
No. But the thing is that's why a lot of people bought the PlayStation 2 because it was actually cheaper than DVD players. This is at the point of like sort of things when we're going from VHS to like DVDs.
Video games on it.
Yeah. But like a lot of people just bought it purely because it was a DVD player, because it was a cheaper DVD player than most DVDs at the time.
Damn.
Oh, that's actually banner because I wasn't old enough to know about this shit when I had a PS2 and a PS1 and that shit.
Oh yeah,
This is the thing about me. I had the PS1, then I got the PS2, then I got the PS3, and now I have the PS4. I've stayed on PlayStation my entire life, and I don't know anything different. Not gonna lie.
DVD players. They used to cost anywhere from like they used to be like DVD players used to cost anywhere between like £300 to £400.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just want to go back to the time where I could get home from like middle school, right, and pop in Modern Warfare 2, and just sit there and like listen to White Boy 7th Street in the background, right? Play Modern Warfare 2
all day. Modern Warfare wasn't good.
Playing exactly. So I've been playing the game all day, trying to get that tac nuke, right, and then getting the tactical nuke, and telling my friends, "Look at that, I'm better."
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, if you're into like the old PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 2 emulator just recently updated, and it's got like online play now.
Is it?
Yeah. It's got.
Is it money? Does it cost money?
No, the emulator is completely free, and if you know what
That's
websites
actually good. So how did you play as a kid? What's your childhood memory of video games? I'm gonna ask you a favor. Whoever was saying the whole PS2 emulator thing, can you send me some links for that? Because I want to get into that. That's actually crazy.
Solomon, what was your childhood memories of video games?
You gotta look up how to install it because it's a bit difficult. No, I'm sorry.
I'll figure it out. I'll follow you guys and shit. I got it.
Okay, right. Can I go? Okay, great. FK, I had the PlayStation 1, I had the PlayStation 2. I played Battlefront 2 during... Oh my god. I played Battlefront 2 while I was... Battlefront 1 when I was playing the PlayStation 2. And during my latter PlayStation years, I played GTA every single day for weeks. Like I did not do anything.
Oh my god.
Same.
I didn't revise for my GCSEs. I just played GTA the entire time.
I was such a fucking. I didn't play a lot of PlayStation. I played PlayStation when I went to my friend's house, but then like other friends and I would get on Xbox, right, when the Xbox 360 was out, and it was Xbox 360, and then mainly Nintendo stuff, right? So I was like mainly Nintendo and Xbox.
Bro, who had a?
I remember playing Call of Duty for so fucking long.
Did anyone here used to have an Xbox 360? Did anyone have that shit?
I did. Yeah.
Did any of you have a? Did you ever? Any of you play Halo or anything?
Yeah,
I want to know what's going on with Halo because I completely missed that shit. As I said, I'm a PlayStation.
Halo
I missed
is
it.
overrated shit.
Yeah. No.
Halo was not. Wait. Halo was not overrated. Halo 3 was some of the most fun I've had on games.
No, I've heard Halo is genuinely a really, really good game. But
Halo 3 was so much fun. Halo Reach was amazing.
It's got a lot
You know what the best part about Halo Reach was?
It's had a ton of.
You know what the best part about Halo Reach was? Halo Reach had multiplayer where you could create your maps. You could create any map you wanted.
I know that.
That's fucking good. That's good. I like that.
The last game I played, like the last, because as I'm guessing we're all reminiscing because we don't get to play games as much as we used to be able to. But the last, I'm gonna fucking annoying. The last game I played like properly, like all the time, every day for weeks was Destiny. That was
Same.
Oh my god, I'm leaving this channel.
On my life, bro. That was my entire life for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
I must have spent at least like fucking 500 hours just in Destiny. That shit was crazy. It was an addiction, bro. I used to love it.
I think the last game I was like hardcore addicted to.
Destiny. You see, the thing is, I never used to do the raids. I've done like maybe one raid, and that was 2 years after it came out. It was crazy. But you know what I used to do? You know what I used to do? I used to do Crucible all the time. I was always on Crucible. That's all I did.
Oh, I did Crucible.
Anyway, dude, I've sent you a link to the emulator, and I've also given the link to the BIOS because you need a BIOS for it to work. So.
Yeah.
Suleiman, I think the last game that I was like really addicted to was CS:GO, right? Yeah. That shit was so much fun to me. Like, what, like 4 years ago, I think maybe.
It's so sad to think, like, well, actually, no, it isn't sad because I've got all summer to like play games, but like right now, I haven't played any game for.
Solomon, do you have too much of a life that you don't play video games anymore?
Not necessarily.
He's in the middle of studying for his finals. That's really it, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
What's the deal here about like self-promoting? Because I actually make.
Solomon, when you're done with finals. Solomon, when you're done with finals, let's all get together and play Civilization, right?
Oh yeah,
bro.
Nice.
Bro, do you know what I used to do? Do you know how much of a banger I used to be on Destiny? You see that fucking sniper that you can equip as a primary. Do you know about that? What's it called again?
So like.
No Land Beyond, yeah. Basically, it's a sniper that you can equip as a primary, which is like really rare. It's all specials and shit and secondaries. But anyways, there's this one sniper that has iron sights and it's a primary. It's really difficult to use, yeah. And I fucking mastered that shit. I'm telling you, out of maybe 1,000 people, maybe one guy is good at that shit. And I'm telling you right now, I mastered that shit. I was
that's
actually
me in Battlefield. That's me.
Yeah.
I use a lot of fun.
Okay, so sorry, any mods? What's the deal about like self-promoting here? Because like it's not really self-promoting, but I've actually built an operating system that's just purely built for like emulation. So like playing all the old games right up to like PlayStation 3. But like, can I post a link on it because I'm like
that you just had a shit ton of viruses and then you were going to try and steal everyone's details and bank.
Whatever. Like what I was saying. What I'm sort of saying, I have got something that does this. Like it's all pre-packaged and built. So if anyone wants to turn like an old computer, you can buy like an old Dell from like eBay for like $20 and like chuck this on there, and you can play all the old games.
That's crazy. Oh, is it the PlayStation 2 operating system?
No. The thing I sent you a link to, that Gaming OS.
Oh yeah.
I was actually fire. I was so fucking good at Call of Duty Black Ops, right?
Black Ops.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the original Black Ops?
Yes.
Do you remember the original Black Ops?
Yes, I remember.
The the wager mode where you could go in and like bet bet the money that you had in games and like gun games.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Bones,
Yo,
bones
you
and
see-
Tomahawk.
Sticks and stones, bro. Bones and what? Yo, do you know what I used to do? Black Ops 2, yeah. Me and fucking Sticks and Stones, yeah. That was my favorite shit.
I remember playing
No,
Black
like-
Ops for the first time, right, and
I
thinking,
used to spam that shit.
this is so weird. Why is it so different from normal Call of Duty? But it was like
You
the
guys
best.
don't play
I
Valorant.
used to be so good at gun game. Like it's not even funny.
No, me
I
and
hate
Gun Game was good as well. Gun Game was alright, but my true talent was using fucking ballistic knives. That was my true talent. Cause
I love ballistic knives.
I played the
Oh,
first Call of
favorite
Duty,
shit.
right?
Oh,
The very
I
first one,
hate
Black Ops. But but
Two is the best god.
one thing that happened was my account got deleted somehow, and I still to this day don't know why. And ever since then, I've been playing Battlefield instead because
There we go. There.
I think the first Call of Duty I played was World at War. Which one came out first?
Well, there was that really. I mean, if you remember the first one, right? The one which wasn't even multiplayer on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I
1.
played those, but I didn't play those. I didn't play those till like later on, right? I'm talking about
Yeah,
like
no one
I'm thinking-
remembers
trying to
those.
think of
I don't
the
think
first
anyone would have played those even after.
They were.
No.
I was
2 is the best
emotionally.
god.
I was
Like-
emotionally attached to that game, like as a child.
What I used to play with my dad, right, when all like the older Call of Duties were out, was Medal of Honor. That game was so good, dude.
Which one?
Oh, guys, like Gears of War. Does anyone play Gears of War?
Gears of War. I remember that shit. I remember that shit. But
Yeah,
barely.
I never played FPS games.
All right, that's when I first started playing. I first started
It was,
playing.
Like, defamed for how it not, but generally like famous for your really interesting cover mechanic.
Suleiman.
Yeah.
Yo, the first
Simpsons.
I
Hit and
first
Run.
started playing Call of Duty.
Oh my
Simpsons
God.
Hit and Run was fucking good.
Yeah.
No, but I first played Call of Duty in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then I played World at War, and then I went up from there.
I also like Simpsons Hit and Run, and then there was also the SpongeBob game. I don't know if any of you guys played that, but that was also
SpongeBob, Battle for Bikini Bottom. I still wait, Suleiman. I still have that game, right? I still have Battle for Bikini Bottom in my house.
I don't know why, but I had Ben
If
Ten
I ever hung out with Solomon, I would bring my GameCube and we could play Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cute. I never played Battle for blah 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 for Bikini
Battle for
Bottom, but
But
I did know that like whenever I go to like people's houses, like I know that they would have that game, and I was like, oh shit for not having it.
Did anyone ever have Time Crisis? It's the one that you have in,
Is that the one where you
arcade.
go back and forth around time?
No. It's like you get a gun with it, right? And it's like you're in the arcade. You know when you have the it basically it
you
sends
get the
the
laser gun,
gun.
don't you?
Yeah,
And
it
you
was
go
really
around, it's like an
Time
arcade game, and you get to fire at people. It's fucking great.
Yeah, you just shoot at people.
Oh, okay, guys.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I know this franchise still make games, but I haven't played in a while. But Need for Speed, and I used to play that like back in the day. That
Oh
was
shit! Do you remember Underground 2? Do you remember Underground 2?
Underground 2 was
Yeah.
madness.
That was crazy. That was
Okay,
crazy.
right.
I love that shit.
I remember when this game came out.
Hold on.
I remember when this game came out, and it was like hot shit, and I played it in someone else's house, right?
No,
I used to do that shit. Need for Speed, Underground 2, at another guy's house. That was me.
Hold on.
Underground 2.
Do you remember Midnight Club? Midnight Club.
Oh,
was
yeah.
a sick
I
arcade
remember it.
game.
It's like Rockstar's
remember
like
So-
well-known games.
When
That
this game came out, it was like
sick game.
when this game came out, it was hot
It was
shit, right?
fun.
But I
It was
remember
fun.
playing it,
It
and
was
it was
fun.
actually a lot of fun. Did you guys ever play Split Second?
Let's talk
No, I
about
didn't.
the actual gaming era, the golden.
Did you
age
guys
of
ever
gaming,
play
like
Split
the
Second?
PlayStation 1.
No,
Gaming
it's not.
was true golden age.
That was so much fun.
That's not a golden age. That wasn't a golden age, bro. Like it was good, but it wasn't a
Okay,
golden age.
okay, no. You know, I've been getting all the good ones out, but Tak and the Power of Juju. Now that is a good game.
No. What's that one game? You know, Ty the boomerang.
That's a good
Ty
game.
with the boomerangs. What is it called?
Oh,
Is it
Ty
Ty
the
the
Tasmanian
Tiger?
Yeah, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Yeah, I had that game.
That game was fun as hell, and I still have it on Steam.
Yeah, I have that game. That game's
Banjo
fucking
Kazooie.
sick.
No, it's all about Rayman.
It was beautiful.
No, Rayman.
But yeah, and the guy's fucking Australian, isn't he? He's the
We're having
Tasmanian
like
Tiger.
so much
He has a
nostalgia.
boomerang.
I
And you
love
go,
it.
and you
I
go
love-
around collecting different boomerangs and shit, and the boomerangs do different things. It's great.
I love Sonic Adventure 1. That shit.
What did you say?
Sonic Adventure 1.
I like Sonic Adventure 1, yeah, and 2, and Heroes.
Do you guys remember the Sonic game that was on the Nintendo DS? I forgot what it
Sonic Rush?
Rivals?
I think it was Sonic Rush. Sonic Rush was a lot of fun.
Sonic Rush Adventure.
Sonic games are so shit
It was the one on the Nintendo DS. I just remember it being like a lot of fun.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about like Sonic Rush. Is it the one that has Blaze the Cat in the cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God of War on the PSP was fucking amazing.
Battlefront was
the old-
good on the PSP.
Yeah. The old GTA's like the Liberty City, was Vice City. I can't remember the other ones.
Yeah,
I
The old GTAs are classic, yeah.
GTA.
GTA was also on the PSP at one point, and I remember the
The best GTA though is San Andreas. Gotta be definitely.
The best thing about
and I would put on my white vest and I would say, "Oh fuck, here we go again." Not doing the memes and that.
The best thing about GTA,
Here we go again.
the best thing about GTA was pretending to be like you're a real person driving normally for as long as you can until like a random freak accident.
I love doing
Oh
that.
my god, stop please.
Wait, so Solomon, on GTA on the PSP, it would have, right, is for the different cheats that you wanted to use, he had a little piece of paper that he would pull out, and I would like go through the paper next to it, and right next written like, oh, this is to get a car, this is to get wanted level, lower wanted level.
Like everyone had a piece of. I still remember Panzer for Vice City.
Do you remember when you'd
Yeah,
go
you
down
see,
and
my
like
family-
you'd
my
cause
family
trouble
was
in the gun
rich,
shop and
so
then
we
like
actually
8
had a
guys would run
proper
out of it?
8 Ball was a tragic.
My family are full of ballers, so we actually got an official book, like from like with the cheat codes on it.
I didn't even have an official game. Why did I get the official book?
But yeah, but most kids just copy them, write them down off the cheapplanet.com. That's the site I use.
No, I got when I was so young. Dad was not that tech savvy. We just went
back in like the 2005.
on the pirate version, like
back like 2005, 2006, 2007, like Game Radar and cheapplanet.com. Those were the two, like,
Yeah.
They
But that was like when they
from
baked
there
when they
that
actually baked cheats into the game like purposely, like for Easter eggs. That was so good. But now they don't do that anymore.
yeah, I know, because they're fucking.
What was so good?
When it was way more widespread that they would bake cheats into the game so that you could like tap a button combo or like enter like a cheat code in like the cheat, but they don't really. It's not that common anymore. It's still
Circle, circle, square, square, triangle, triangle, XX, left down, right up, left down,
My
right up.
lord!
That's one's Rhino
Nostalgia.
tank.
Generally,
It's that cheat code spawns a Rhino tank in Vice City. I still know it to this day.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
The
now,
Rhino-
how about they normally just like have a console command that hits the console?
What about the games?
I'm playing Fear right now.
I
Actually,
used
pretty
to
old,
like
but it still holds
Wii
up.
Sports on the Wii.
Oh,
and,
Wii Sports is actually
I
good.
would pretend to be the man who was good at bowling. Trying to bowl. No, Wii Sports was genuinely the best game on Wii.
The first time you played, you're like standing up. The first time you play, you're standing up, you're getting into it. The second time, you're sitting on your sofa, just like flicking your wrists.
No, when I would play boxing, I would get up, I would stand up and fucking like dodge that shit. It was so good. It was so fun.
No, but the thing is the actual way to get like when baseball, the best way to get a fast pitch in baseball isn't to actually like swing fully with your arm. It's just to flick your wrist.
Yeah.
You sit on. So that's what I did. I was just sat on my ass, like eating McDonald's, just flicking my wrist and getting like 100 kilometers an hour. Like,
But you could never win against the black bald guy. He was.
no, he was the OG. He's the final boss. He is literally the final boss.
He would fuck you up in everything.
Except for golf.
I was king at boxing. Like I could be that guy at boxing so easy.
I was more
I was
tennis guy
proper good at fucking tennis and bowling. Bowling, I could get like a perfect game. It's easy. once you get the technique down and you know precisely how to aim it, you just get fucking a strike every time.
Yeah, that's actually true for normal bowling, to be honest.
Did any of you? I don't know if any of you guys play Desert Storm. Like, now when I say Desert Storm, I don't know. Like, which one?
What about from the SNES?
No, not the real one.
Wait, let me see. I
Yeah,
think
Desert Storm. That was on the SNES.
Wait, hang on. Just tell me who the characters were. Just like talking the same game.
Conflict Desert Storm.
Yeah,
I didn't play this.
Oh, that. I really vaguely remember that. I think I had that.
Like had Bradley, Connors.
And you get to change the like whoever's on your team. You get to like change to their character, interchange characters. Yeah, I don't know. I remember not liking it.
Oh,
I loved playing Lego games.
Oh no.
Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones.
I don't know the other ones.
Do you know what it's all about, man? Super Mario World. That game was a masterpiece.
I almost finished like collecting every fucking those.
Oh, there's 96 of them.
Yeah. No, I just
I got like 8, I think. But fuck.
I just ordered Far Cry 3. No, Far Cry 4 on Amazon.
Oh, I love that game.
Because
I also
speed and I just like remembered it earlier and I was like, okay, I'm gonna order it. It was really cheap as well. But the Far Cry games are really
I didn't like
good.
Far Cry 4 is pretty good. I like that.
I like 3, but I don't like 4.
There's an alternative ending as well. I won't tell you what it is, but
okay. It's not even hard.
Did anyone ever play Baldur's Gate 2?
Oh shit, that's so old.
Like back in the day, like in PC.
Dude, did you actually sit through that game?
It's fucking brick hard. This is what it is. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I it's right now on my Steam. Holy
it's
shit!
Fucking oh my god! Like that games back then are just so much more difficult. It's just
damn. Yeah, they fucking
like
try.
Literally
No,
every
it's
fight,
fucking.
It's like literally because every fight in that game takes like 3 hours because you're just dying over and over and over.
Yes,
again,
yes.
Because you need to get it strategically right.
Baldur's Gate 2 tried to fucking put D&D mechanics into a fucking game, and that's why it's fucking so hard.
No, but what are you talking about? Like all fantasy games that are video games use D&D rules. Like you do realize that it is all dice.
No.
And random generation.
Much more relaxed. They're much not like strict D&D of them like Baldur's Gate. They actually just get optimizers and like that's like let's just grab it, not optimize it, just throw it in there and like that's the game. But like the quests are really good. That's what it's good. Like the mechanics, like what was it? D&D just like being like the entire D&D that didn't work out for the video game. Like if you play something like Neverwinter Nights, it holds up. Skate is a bit more.
Why are we listening to a Turkish person?
You play something like the Diablo, or you play something. Like Divinity Original Sin, right, which uses D&D rules, like they're masterpieces.
Okay.
And most other fantasy games they use D&D rules.
Original Sin can suck his cock. Okay. Pillars of Eternity.
Maybe you're just the brain that who finds it too difficult to strategically position things and actually.
You played Pillars of Eternity? I don't think so. Played
Divinity Original Sin. I'm actually not going to disagree with him. It's not that great.
It's not that. Like,
it's fun. I've had fun playing it, right? But it gets kind of boring.
It's not interesting. The writing isn't in par. Like the only really good thing is really cool like combat, and it's really cool with the elemental
mechanics. The actual level building and the mechanics of the game are so great, and that's D&D. That's based on D&D.
Oh, I love The Witcher.
The shit that's so bad about fucking what was it? The fucking non-human.
Name me any fantasy game, and I'll tell you that it's based on D&D rules in some kind.
Can you play Pillars of Eternity, please? Please.
I've not played Pillars of Eternity. Is it any good?
It's fuck perfect. And not perfect. That's favorite RPG. You remember my old just common room, weight room, or I still like Pillars of Eternity. The portraits are. I'm sorry. Portraits are incredible. Like my previous picture, I'm just in debate. Pillars of Eternity. It's much more like Baldur's Divinity can ever be. Like I'm sorry. It's not. With Pillars, it's just on another level. Like this from Pillars of Eternity.
Is it hard? Is it difficult?
If you play it on hard, sure.
Okay, then I'll just play it on hard.
There's a path of life.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why I like games like this, and you don't. Because like when I play originally like Divinity, like I play it on like the hardest.
The problem is I played before Original Sin, and got really used to how Pillars write quests, how good they write their. Now, when I play Divinity, it's far less. So I'm interested.
No, Divinity really isn't about the story. It's about the combat and it's about the actual gameplay. It's
Well, when I play an RPG, I want to explore a bit more. Quest, interesting. I mean, it's good. I enjoy the combat, but like, it doesn't drag in. If I wanted to,
yeah, fair enough.
I can play Tor. I would play an action RPG. That's my really good game. I'm not gonna shit too much, but like,
I like it because it's interesting. Because like the combat system and it is.
Also, yeah, Pillars is a turn-based, but the newer one, Pillars of Eternity 2, a new added turn-based mechanic that previously wasn't there.
Turn-based mechanic.
Yeah, it's just like time it pause.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you switch between them now. It's really cool.
Did any of you guys play WWE wrestling?
Oh,
Which one?
sometimes I would play manly games to try.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Go fuck yourself.
The newer one.
I was so insecure about the looseness of my butthole.
I mean, I did
Actually, there are some
play
really good
really
Barbie
girly
games. Okay.
No, there aren't. They're all shit. Barbie's
No.
First Adventure.
I played
some
Viva
very
Pinata.
tiny minority of them. That's
I played Viva Pinata.
You know, all I'm saying.
Actually, my favorite game was Cooking Mama, and I would put on an apron when I played it.
Yo, which flash do you guys like?
Sorry,
on.
what?
Flash games.
Flash games?
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
No one likes Flash games.
What do you mean likes Flash games?
They're like low quality, low budget. Why would you play Flash games?
Free.
Yeah, that
I
last
had
week.
RuneScape for that, right?
Probably.
RuneScape is Flash.
What's the what's the one with the worms? Is it Scribble.io? No, that's Scribble. What's the one with the worms?
No, Slither.
Slither.io. Slither.io. That's the one.
That's not Flash.
Yeah.
I think.
It's a game online though, right? It's just an internet game. Yeah, it's a Flash.
Penguin.
No.
Oh my god, dude! Club Penguin was my shit. That's why my English is that good. I swear. If Club Penguin exists, I could.
No, it makes a lot of sense. You sound like a 12-year-old girl.
Thank you.
I wish I was a 12-year-old girl, but I can't be. Life won't let me. Instead, I play WWE and Battle.
Is there a dungeon here to protect me right now?
I wish to have your sister yell insults at my penis while you beat me with a chair leg.
Okay,
I'll try to convince them that I play GTA a lot and that I'm violent and manly, but really I'm not. I like Cooking Mama.
Let me just I gotta post this to you, Chris. In a second.
I like Mary Kate and Ashley. High School Adventure 2. That's my jam.
I don't even know what that is, and you do like. What the hell?
I don't. Oh, I just made that up.
Oh. No. Well, in that case, I apologize.
I remember when my sister was like 8 years old, I bought her this like the most random Chinese game for like 45p for like her DS, and it was called Horse Life, and it was her. That was her life for about a year, and Horse Life.
When I was
She's just,
younger,
like,
my parents wouldn't buy me games. They used to play the same game for like whole.
Oh, my definitely got me games. GTA for me when I was really.
I'd get like one game every like 6 months or something.
Oh, that's.
I get like
okay,
a new game like once a year.
I got in every month, but like, to play a lot. I remember like playing. Yo, this is actually child. Like, I used to play those over and over again. That was my shtick.
My mum wouldn't let me play G2A.
So did my.
So I
my
had
dad.
to like play it in secret. My dad.
And mom didn't let us like progress get them to violent with. I started with Counter-Strike 2D, then 3D, then slowly building up to Half-Life 2, then Post is a cool game, and then like,
Why are you saying G2A?
yeah.
Because that's how fucking Method says it. He says, I'm gonna run you over in G2A 5 for some reason.
Yeah, shit. No, I'm in GTA.
You got that
G2A
from
is a-
Method, didn't you?
G2A is
GT. Can't say it.
G2A. Because it's the website you get like fucking really shitty like
Mhm.
price. Well, good prices for games actually.
prices, but stolen keys.
They
I
are
remember being a little kid and going to Best Buy, right? Or not Best Buy, Blockbuster, to go rent a game every once in a while.
And I'm
It was a lot
thinking
of
like,
fun.
No, there's no one. I never say.
Wait, not Revenge of the Sith. Are you talking about Star Wars Unleashed?
No, it's actually called Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. That's the game.
No. I did play the Star Wars game. I think it was on N64 where you play as one of the X-wings.
Oh, that sounds boring.
Were most Star Wars
It was
games
a lot of fun.
like they were all like third-person shooters where you play as a spaceship? Were they all like that?
You could also play as a soldier or a Jedi. When you
Because
play
the
as a
only
Jedi, you're immortal, basically.
Oh god. The only Star Wars games I played, and don't lie, I'm pretty sure this is how you all got into Star Wars, is literally the Lego Star Wars games. Don't lie.
Lego Star Wars was a lot of fun.
You all got into Star Wars because of the Lego games.
That's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, I had a bit of a family emergency. I'm back now, dealing with some stuff, but we're okay now. We are all set to play actual video games and actually be on the stream that I was broadcasting. I see. I'm sorry if you're still here, dude, who said this is not agar.io. I am aware. I was in between changing the stream, and I got called up to deal with some drama llamas. You know, that's what it is. So we'll now pick up the stream again. Don't you worry.
Trousers from that day on.
You know, there's I actually used to wear like my sister's like dresses. You know.
Oh god.
Not for any other reason than like I'd be in the back of the living room and just like
bootleg Smash Bros
try on
is fun, and I don't have any
that
Wii.
tutus.
I think I have a Wii somewhere, but I don't have like a Wii.
So it was
Wait,
more
so-
of a curiosity. It was
I
more-
used to do this, Solomon. Like, instead of trying on dresses, one of my cousins, he used to have us hold competitions between my sisters, me, and my other cousin, right? And bear in mind, we're all pretty young, right? I'm like 10 at the time. But what it was is he'd be like, all right, so the winner of this gets $20. We're doing a fashion show. So he would have us just like
I don't know if
in
I'm
whatever.
okay with
I think
that.
it was like always in the
Maybe later, you'll see.
right? Just like model.
I got no clue, my dude.
It was so stupid. We never fucking won the $20. It pissed me off. It was always my sister.
I just killed my throat talking to.
But then I would trade her because my sister was like really dumb. So I'd be like, all right, so I'd have 5 $1 bills, and I'd be like, oh look, I have more money than you. She'd get angry, and then I trade her for the 20.
I gotta get used to this game.
Do you remember when you had to, like,
I should just play this.
On Sports Day, we had a thing where like we'd have like the Egg and Spoon race and all of that shit. But then there'd be one where we had to put on a dress, run forward, put on a blouse, run forward, put on a wig, run forward, put on like a hat, and then kiss our teacher on the lips. And she had lipstick on, and it would leave lipstick on your. And now remembering it, I think I was sexually abused in public. In front of my parents on the field, and everyone's
just watching people be sexually abused, and it's like, oh, this is fun.
I feel so sorry she had a male teacher. Come here. Come here.
No, it was a
Paxton.
female teacher, and she was really old. Her name was Mrs. Weber.
Your teacher licks her lips to like get it ready for you.
Come on, little boy.
The lipsticks.
That was my impression of Silver.
I'm just
So,
Sorry, I
Apex, how do you feel
this
about
is a
lemon?
very stimulating conversation.
Don't even speak about it. Don't spoil anything, but
So funny.
I was
yeah,
actually
I was losing my shit. I was losing my shit. I was just in at 3 a.m. in the morning shouting, "Fuck off! Fuck off! No, fuck off!"
You know, when that happened, the first person I thought about was you guys. He's not gonna like this.
Fuck you! Oh, fuck you! Yeah, that's what I texted you at the time.
Oh my.
Yeah, this is I
So
couldn't
bad
say
at
it, but
this
I think it's like actually interesting how we foreshadowed that would happen, right? In the sense that we had that Game of Thrones event, and the White Walkers died first, then the Lannisters, then the Targaryens, and House Stark won, right? Just like in our game,
And what did he do when he was offered the position? He made a fucking smug remark.
That's
what
what
a cunt.
Can you say his remark for us, please, K-Pax?
What do you think I came here for?
I loved it. I honestly, I think it was so funny that I don't think I could even discredit the series. I think I actually I'm quite satisfied.
Okay, is it not funny that I predicted this ending?
No, it's still not funny. No,
It's good.
There's no universe in which this will.
I predicted this ending. I don't care why Solomon says I predicted it, right? Whether it was a joke or not, I predicted it nonetheless.
Those writers have made themselves a laughing
Playing
stock
like
after
real
that.
ass, but still winning, boys. Here we go.
I don't know. I don't think many people have an issue with like
some hot shit right there.
the whole like idea of the ending, but more like the way it was from what FK told me.
Oh yeah, they like people are fine with the ending. They just wish that it like lasted longer and like more things were drawn out to like actually.
I've literally killed my.
Like for example, right, the whole
Oh,
Daenerys
it
going
hurts so
crazy
bad.
part.
I sound
People
so
wish
funny.
that was drawn out longer to like actually show her going crazy because they don't feel like. Which I agree with.
I agree.
Solomon, I know you don't agree, but I think like honestly, Daenerys was not at that level that like she
Grunting time.
showed off on episode. Or not 7, fucking episode.
Are we
episode
doing
5.
Game of Thrones spoilers in the debate room?
No, we're being very.
Well, we're talking about episode 5 right now. Like,
That's still spoilery, dude. I don't know. It's only been out for
it's
a
not.
couple years.
It's not at that level.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, Solomon, you like be honest, please. Like, it could have easily been drawn out more and made like it probably would have been better for the story, right?
I think I prefer to end sooner rather than later, so it doesn't get boring. Like, you know, I don't want to send to the walking.
Not later, as in like a whole new season, but probably going the 8 episodes that they should have gone, right? They could have used an episode to draw her like descent more, draw it.
I don't know about that.
I think they could have.
FK is definitely right. They should have like led up to it way more.
I actually
It should have started
I
last
told
season.
Dirty today, right? I told Dirty today, I was like, the one part where I could have seen Daenerys going crazy, like actually just busting down like she did episode 5, would have been after they killed Grey Worm's girl.
What about when she locks someone up, locks someone living into a vault, or when she kills the Carls, or when she makes up a noble
like
and doesn't even know they're guilty?
Yeah, but you have to realize those are against monsters, right? Like really
Wait, hang on,
bad
when-
people. And those are all rational decisions, right? They're not just like
No,
irrationally
that's
burning
not
peasants.
true. That's not true. Well, hang on.
No, those
First of all, what's rational about killing like a noble you don't even know is guilty, right? At least it's not just.
Yeah,
Right?
because the noble class was all okay with it, whereas the peasant class
She
very
didn't know that.
clearly she thought the peasant classes were like on the side of even though her advisors were like, no, they're not on their side, they're just there, right? Like I don't understand where the
Yeah, and she
peasant
was wrong.
class is.
And she was wrong. She didn't even know that.
So do you think it was reasonable for her to assume the peasant class may have been in league with the Lannisters?
No, look, it might be reasonable, but she still had like, look, it's even in Westeros, right? There needs to be evidence, right? There's courts and like juries,
Yeah,
right?
Suleiman, I want you to tell me, like, with everything Daenerys did in the past, does this still like follow that same train with what she did in Westeros?
Yeah, sure it does.
Now,
I mean, there's multiple examples of her being unhinged. It just happens to be the case that, as
yeah, but
Barristan
unhinged
Selmy
towards
said,
the peasantry and just the regular citizens, or towards nobles?
Yeah, well, as Barristan Selmy said, each time that the Mad King exercised what he thought was just, he felt more right about himself. Right, this was explained in the last episode that every time she did this, listed all the examples, like the Volta, everything, she felt like she was.
Yeah, but she didn't seem right about herself when she broke down. Right, she seemed like she regretted.
Well,
And also,
Gary alone in the world.
she switched over to being very nice. So King of the North is here for you, Suleiman.
Solomon, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I told you. Oh wait, this isn't. Never mind. Is this Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah,
you can just say.
We're talking about it. What do you want to say?
Are you sure?
There's no spoilers though.
Okay, never mind.
Can someone change the name of this room just to Game of Thrones real quick for a little bit?
You can leave that up to my
There's a room already.
Oh my god.
There's a room called GOT Spoilers. You may find your way down to there.
So saved his siblings. His siblings are happy. Arya's happy. Bran is happy. Sansa is happy. You don't think that he gains any happiness from
Bran
that?
is like, actually no. Bran is the only one who ends this like being fully happy, right?
Okay, but do you not think Jon is satisfied that his siblings that he grew up with are happy and safe? You don't think he's happy at that? That he protected them? That he saved them by killing them?
I think he's like, all right, cool. I did what I needed to do.
Yeah, he
fulfilled his.
he protected his family.
I don't think he's happy that he fulfilled his duty. I think he just fulfilled his duty.
No. And he was always going to go back to the Wildlings because that's where he belongs.
Yeah, he belongs on the wall. He's actually like to be honest, Jon is a criminal. He killed the queen.
He also killed all his friends are dead, by the way, right? So on the wall, all his friends are dead. Like, the only option he has for where he was kind of raised around is the Wildlings. And even most of the people there he knew was dead. Like, I think Tormund is the only one we see him interact with that's still alive.
But let's be clear, right?
Actually, wait 1 second. Wait, because I was gonna say, Solomon, does that not break the thing from earlier about Jon Snow always being like just? Because he killed the queen.
Yeah, it's just.
But he killed the queen nonetheless, right? Where was her trial?
Well, it's like the Kingslayer. He had to do it.
Yeah, but where was her trial?
To save
Jon Snow
everybody.
seems to be breaking mad laws back and forth, right? He breaks his oaths. He breaks laws.
No, he's the only one that can do that. He was the only one that was able
Oh, so he's the only one who's allowed to break laws.
No,
I
he's
just want to be clear.
Who'd do it?
Like,
Yeah,
Game
because
of
he
Thrones,
decides
right?
what's good, right?
You've all complained about
He's a
Game of Thrones.
genocidal maniac.
Well, hold on. You've all complained about the last season of Game of Thrones, but it still manages for you all to have like an ethical debate about what people do. But like, besides that, anyway,
What was the point of even mentioning that to me?
Because
what was the point?
I'm trying to like show how great. Can I just finish off?
It was basically Bran. That was just a smug comment.
There's one more bit of apologetics. Like, Robin Aaron is so hot. Like, I don't even.
No, he's fucking not. I saw that picture of him. He doesn't look hot.
He's unbelievable now.
He looks like a fucking goober.
Anywho, were you gonna say anything of any substance to this?
Yeah, I mean, Jon Snow is a murderer, and he's a traitor.
Yeah, he's a murderer, a traitor. He breaks his oaths.
You know, you guys. Honestly, I don't know what you guys are smoking.
Oh, wait, did he not murder the queen?
The queen butchered a whole city.
The laws of Westeros still they would still need to call for a trial.
Yeah, so like according to the laws of Westeros, right? Peasants
You can't put the queen on trial.
So if the peasants are killed by a noble in an act of war, that's not illegal. Like I don't know who's getting.
That's not illegal.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Like he was literally punished by being sent back, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was sent back to the wall for breaking the law.
I don't think actual like Game of Thrones legality is something that anyone cares about.
Yeah, and then he just dips
like,
north.
I don't think it even has any influence over the story arc because no one would about it. Only in minute areas.
In the books,
so,
it would for sure. George R. R. Martin does it right with
this is more.
K-Pax,
This is more something. This is a moral.
K-Pax, I'm bringing this up.
Justice.
I'm bringing this up because King of the North usually sees Jon Snow as like a completely just and right character, and he can do no wrong.
On a moral. So it's considered to be morally justified by. It's just like a.
I mean, he still did wrong, though, right? He got sent to the wall for breaking the law and assassinating the queen.
No one. That's never been an opinion. I don't think that's a popular opinion.
No.
John's actions, right, directly led to the North seceding from the Seven Kingdoms, which I would argue is bad for the total cohesion of the Seven.
You're just being awkward for the sake of it.
So he started off as a horrible tactician, right, and a horrible politician, and he ended off just as bad.
He won everything that he ever wanted.
No, the only difference, right? He started off as a horrible tactician and politician, and you know what he ended as? He ended as a horrible tactician and politician who also fucked up his own government.
So all that really happens is they parallel his story of duty again, right? From him defending the wall.
Do you know what Jon Snow's legacy is? He's the savior of Westeros. He saved all the people. So that's his legacy.
He didn't save anyone, really.
He did. He stopped them becoming part of the Night King's army.
In Westeros? I mean,
he
got all the people together to die. I don't know how much of an impact that actually had.
Oh, well,
but if we look at him killing Daenerys and say that was the good act, he didn't save anyone in Westeros.
No.
Maybe in like Pentos or Bravos or any other city in the Essos that Daenerys was going to fuck up. But
he stopped the Night King.
I will concede, right, that Jon Snow had a part to play in the whole book. As far as like as far as being a good, but as far as being a general is concerned, I mean, like he's such a.
I'm not talking about general. I'm asking you, did Jon Snow not play a significant part in defeating the Night King?
Well, we don't know that because we don't know what would have happened had Bran and Arya just sat by that tree and waited for the Night King to show up. We don't know if the army was really a good thing because all it did was add more to the death. Really.
You don't know what would have happened if the dragons weren't there, if Daenerys wasn't there, the Unsullied wasn't there.
Yeah, we don't know.
You don't know.
Well, if the dragons weren't there, so him asking her to come help led to that ice dragon showing up in the first place. In the book, there's probably going to be something different because it's the Horn of Winter or whatever that might bring down the wall, but if it's just a dragon, then he directly led Daenerys flying over the wall by his stupid suicide mission. So yeah, no, he kind of doomed the people of Westeros, actually, if you really think about it.
No.
So Bran is not a Stark anymore? He's a Broken? Is that right? Or?
Yeah, Bran. No, so like a title in like these terms would just be like the wise, right? That's what the Broken is.
Well, no, they said the first of your name.
I am not
so
a man.
They changed his last name to Bronn.
Maybe it's an epithet, first of all. Broken is an epithet. 2, he's the first Brandon of House Stark.
Okay. I don't know.
Bran the Builder? What?
I think his last name's The Broken. I'm sticking with that.
Was Bran the Builder king of the Seven Kingdoms?
No, but he was of House Stark. I don't know if that honorific is specific.
No, it is. It's like, look, have you ever played CK2? Like, you don't.
I don't know, dude.
It's a different.
I get like a 3 by my name, and I'm like, okay. They don't go, hey, Tarly Tarvelson.
James the Sixth of Scotland became James the First of England, right? That, for instance, right? When he took both thrones.
I don't know. I don't know anything about like medieval history, really.
It's really useful knowledge.
Yeah, I agree. It's really useful for the modern day.
Well, yeah, it's going to be useful when the UK invades the United States and the Queen Elizabeth I of. Yeah.
Sorry, Sully. I was playing Brawlhalla. I forgot. I couldn't pay attention to that.
You know, Drogon could actually grow bigger and bigger and bigger while he's away, because Balerion the Black Dread, which was Aegon's dragon, he grew to the size of a city. Like his wingspan was the whole size of a city. And if Drogon returns, do you think Drogon will come back?
Well, those are just rumors.
FK, you're back.
Right, in the show, that's pretty well established that that's a rumor. That's not truth. Because also, there's a bunch of stuff in the books that contradict the dragons in the show. So we have no idea, like, what the dragons in the show will actually turn out like in the future.
Do you think Drogon will come back?
In another show? I hope not. That'd be really stupid.
Well, so he's just flying around Valeria then, just living out his days.
Probably going past the Shadow Mountains and just disappearing, I assume. I don't know why they didn't just say he's gone past the Shadow Mountains or something cool like that.
How smart are these dragons?
I think they're pretty smart. I think they're pretty intelligent.
Does he know that Jon Snow killed her?
Yes.
Well, no, actually,
I'm not sure about that.
About this, right? What Durfee said, right? That Drogon, right? He burned the Iron Throne instead of Jon because he didn't think that Jon killed her, but the Iron Throne killed her.
That was so memey though, because we haven't been established if dragons actually have some sort of intelligence that would show that.
I thought
They're smart as dogs. They're smart as dogs, right? Yeah, it is an accident, but that's a metaphor.
The show hasn't demonstrated they're as smart as dogs. We don't know that in the show. We know that in the books.
But in the mind of Drogon, he did think that Jon Snow had something to do with.
Yeah, he knew. I think
because he went to direct the flame at Jon, but then quickly turned his head towards the throne.
He couldn't kill him, but
Jon can't be burned, right? He's like invincible.
we don't know that.
Maybe
we don't know.
Because he's a Stark. He's a Targaryen.
Yeah.
And didn't he walk out of fire up in the north at some point?
No.
Okay.
But I don't think Drogon he couldn't kill him because he's the last. That's his last relative, right? It's his last.
What? No, he's not related to the dragon. Hold on.
Well,
so
he
she
is.
hatched the dragon eggs. They're not like DNA-wise related. You know.
Yeah, well,
Daddy dies.
Of course they are.
No, Targaryen has the Targaryens share the same blood as the dragons.
No. The Targaryens.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No,
The Valerians, Targaryens.
Yes, they do.
I'd like to
they
see
have
the,
Valyrian
I'd like to, I
blood
hope the
and
prequels
dragons.
are about that.
So in the world of Ice and Fire, if that's what we're talking about, because there's no establishment for this in the show, the dragons are speculated to have come down in every story that's been concluded in the show. It's apparently they're from like space or something. Like asteroids came down and hit the Earth. And in no place in the books did a dragon just bone a human and then they have some sort of offspring that led to the house of Valyria that is
Listen,
Targaryen.
she gave birth
I
to
think
the
clearly
eggs.
a human would have to bone the dragon.
Okay, you're
She
memeing. I'm
gave
triggered.
birth to the eggs.
I'm triggered. You're
No,
memeing.
but
I'm so triggered that you memed on me. I thought someone actually seriously thought that.
No, I think that.
King
that
of the
she gave
North
birth to
brought
the
it up,
eggs.
so I was just like really worried this was actually an opinion.
Yeah, the eggs came out of her vagina.
Yes, that's what I mean. I don't understand how it's possible that she wouldn't be the actual mother, and therefore they wouldn't share actual.
Okay, Kai. All right, Kai.
I'm
All
not
right.
joking. I'm not joking.
They share dragon's blood. They have dragon's blood.
I
it
believe
is a magical world. Like it's not that crazy.
Yeah, I'm not joking. Why? I'm not memeing.
I know. I believe you, K-Pax.
You're hilarious.
This guy's this dirty dungeon and Solomon. They're just.
I'm not joking with you,
Like,
idiot.
Read the
They say they
scene
have
in the books or the
dragon's
show, and then tell me the eggs come from her vagina.
Read
again.
the what?
The scene in the book, or read it in the show and tell me the eggs come from her vagina. Tell me that.
How do they have dragon's blood
No, they come from her blood.
coursing through their veins?
They use the word dragon blood as a term for them being of High Valyria and dragon riders. It has nothing to do with them being descended from
explain
dragons.
Explain to me how Daenerys survives the fire. That I forget which season it is when they burn down the hut.
Season 1 at the end.
Because Valyrians are immune to fire, not people with dragon blood.
What?
Valyrians.
What are Valyrians?
Are a oh my god! You guys don't watch
The
Game of
Targaryens are
Thrones.
Valyrian.
Targaryen. He means Targaryen.
Yes.
Yeah, and Targaryens are
The
all
Targaryens are Valyrians.
Yes.
They're
And
Yes.
the Valyrians
I
have
don't
the
know.
blood of dragons in them. That's the
And
point.
and Jon Snow
So-
Snow has the blood of old Valyria.
If
right?
I say I have the blood of the Irish in me, did I just say that I literally have like Irish people's blood through my veins, or am I just from Ireland?
We're Irish.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to understand, right, that in the books, when it says, or in the show when it says they have dragon blood, it means they are dragon riders. You can watch Preston Jacobs
literally means-
is
no,
on
it
YouTube,
literally-
and you can watch the video on what it means by dragon blood and how the lineage goes by, right? So like, who can ride a dragon out of the Targaryens? Some of them can't ride them, right? Even though they all have dragon's blood, and the dragon's blood doesn't refer to like actual dragon DNA, okay?
No, they have dragons.
See,
I'm not.
I looked at it as like an undecided mythological thing where it's like it might be the case, it might not be. You know, like they said, like some guy made the wall or whatever just with magic. Like you don't really know because we never saw it, but that's just the story that you
Okay, then
told.
there's nothing to indicate though that dragons had sexual dreams.
Excuse
but
me?
I think that people do think that they have real dragon blood in them, like they're related to dragons.
Yeah.
But that's I don't know. Maybe
So
I'm
you
wrong.
think they have it?
Yeah, like I think that that's like the sort of the assumed thing in the show.
I don't know what fan fiction you read, but we must have read different.
I just saw the shows. I just saw the shows.
It was a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah,
referring.
you missed it early. I made a joke. I said I hope the prequels addressed the copulation aspect.
Where do you think he took Danny? Do you think he just went back to Valeria?
I think he made babies with a future.
No, Danny's the Night Queen.
Do you think
It's gonna be the sequel?
What?
Do you think she's
gonna
going to resurrect her as the Night Queen?
Yeah,
No.
I think Danny. I think he's gonna stab her in the heart with Dragonstone.
Some people are insane.
Rule
Others
over
are
all
just
the-
memers. You can't tell the
Fire
difference
and
between the
fury.
two is the issue, right?
Wow.
They're all
That'd be
insane,
crazy.
really.
I
I
know.
was a fighter that taught Arya at the beginning was still alive because you never see him die.
Jack
And
and
I've been hoping.
Hogarth?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
No, before him.
Serial Pharrell.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
No, you don't see him die.
No, he dead, bro.
He just goes off in a hallway and sword fights people.
I think he was. I think he was Jack and Hagar. I think he was, because the fact that he said, because what did he say to her? What do we say to death? Not today. He was the first one to.
Yes, but that's just a commonality amongst people in Essos.
I think there was more. I think there's more to it.
No, I don't think so. I think you're reading into nothing.
He was Jack
Sorry,
and
bro, I
Hagar.
love you're my boy. I love you, but like you're wrong in
No,
that regard.
he listen. Trust me. Serial
No, bro.
Pharrell was Jack and Hagar. That was him in a different disguise.
No, it's not, bro. They
There's a
would
re-
actually wrote that in the storyline. It's nowhere in the storyline.
All right, so what I'm reading here is that Danny had a stillborn, and it was like a monstrosity or something, right? And then some person called Miri Mazdor did magic and transferred the life force of the stillborn child into the egg.
And who was that, Drogon?
So wait, hold on. Are you
And that
trying to
ended up
say
being Drogon. That ended up being Drogon. So at least Drogon is a direct, actual child of Danny's.
So show me the evidence.
That previous from coming out of the egg actually came from her.
So show me the evidence that the kind of magic she used meant that anything from her womb, right, was then put into Drogon. Or was the magic just used to channel? Did it disperse into the air? Was it used in the spell itself? You need to demonstrate that the magic was shot into Drogon, right, from her womb. Not that it was used in any other way. So I need you to demonstrate that.
Why
that
are we
magic
talking
was then-
about shooting from wombs?
Because you said she came. The
I don't wanna talk
Drogon
about that.
was born
Here's
out of
the thing.
Daenerys' vagina. Okay, this needs to be verified if you're going to say something such.
How would you expect someone to talk about the complexities of the magic involved in Game of Thrones? Like, I'm not George R. R. Martin. I'm saying
you
to
don't
you
know.
that a child that came from Daenerys' womb, which was a stillborn, okay, had its life force transferred into the egg. So,
it nutted into the egg.
So I don't understand why you would need me to. Do you want me to get my test tubes out and start testing
So
this magic?
in general
which is obviously
fantasy,
a tangible
when we
thing
look
I
at
can
magic,
do. Of
there are
course,
ways.
of course, that's a tangible
so in
thing
Wheel
that I
of
can do.
Time, they pull from a giant like force of energy, right? It's like kind of like the Karma Sutra, and half of it was for males and the other half was for females, and they could pull out that energy and shoot it into spells, right? Now, there's in certain spells, I'm sure, magic would be directly channeled from whatever you pulled from into that person, so maybe they'd have a part of that magic in them. Other spells, right, just shoot magic out, and that magic has nothing to do with the source that you pulled it from, right? In other forms of fantasy, this can happen or not happen, right? So I need you to show me, if you want to say that it came from her
I don't
vagina
have a clue
in any
about
way.
anything you just said in the last 30 seconds. What are you talking?
I'm sorry you don't
talking
understand
in-
high fantasy. Hold on. I'm just sorry.
Ooh, a little bit of snootiness there.
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry
Kai.
you don't
I'm
understand
sorry,
high
Kai.
fantasy.
I'm sorry,
I haven't
Kai.
been to Hogwarts. Oh, fuck me.
Are you a wizard?
Wait, you want me to?
I'm a wizard.
I'm sorry, I
could
don't know
tell
about
that,
the
dude. I
dynamics
knew
of
you were a wizard.
vagina shooting.
I wanted Jon Snow to turn into a dragon and burn Bran alive.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Bro, you
should
hate
just
Bran,
go
bro?
meet Kit
Chill.
Harington. This would fix you, I think. You should just go meet him, dude. I think you just like
Bro.
Kit Harington.
Brother, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. I'm just glad Jon Snow didn't die. I'm
Oh my
glad
God.
Solomon didn't get what he wanted. I'm glad FK didn't get what they wanted. I'm so glad that you didn't get to see him die. Honestly, it makes me so happy that Jon didn't die.
Oh, he
I'm just
died
happy
inside,
Tyrion
though.
died.
He's a really unhappy person now.
I don't think so. He looked happy to me at the end. He
No,
smiled.
he did not look happy. At the end.
He did. He's home with Tormund, his dog. He's with wildlings.
Yeah, but he had to murder a ton of people. He had to watch people get burned alive. He watched his dad die. He watched his
This
mom
is the
die.
second time he
He's
lost
not
someone
happy.
he loved to his duty, right?
He saved his
But he-
siblings.
He fucked the Queen of Dragons, man. Can you imagine?
Oh my god, that is
That's
the
incredible.
one good thing.
What's the story?
And then he stabbed her through the heart.
Dildo. Oh, the heart. Sorry, the heart. You guys-
I don't know where she stabbed her. Actually, I didn't.
In the heart, yeah, in the heart. He stabbed her in the heart.
Yeah.
I looked away as soon as I saw her like face just go in like some sort of weird version of shock.
Okay, let me tell you something that like pissed me off yesterday, and I was so annoyed. So I checked.
Sure.
So I was 20 minutes late in the episode, right? Like I had to go do some stuff. So watching HBO, on HBO Now, and well, on one of the scenes, I think it was like one of the talking scenes. I didn't want to watch it, right? So I went on my phone and I went on Snapchat. This bitch spoiled it. That like she's like, oh my god, I see Dany like with blood in her fucking like coming out of her mouth, like oh you and John holding her, and I'm thinking you motherfucker. That ruined the episode for me. Ruined the entire series. Fucking whore. And I told her to go fuck herself.
You should have killed her.
What the
probably
fuck,
just got
Kai? Real person. You just suggested careful, okay?
Well,
You
I'm not
should
actually
find
nervous.
her and
Come on,
kill
don't be
her.
so serious.
So what do we do now then, guys? Now that it's over, what do we do?
We talk about the prequels.
We shift, or we could do the prequels, but we could also shift our attention to.
Witcher?
The
Let's talk about
Witcher?
politics, guys.
Oh my god! Wait, what?
There's some new sci-fi show that's supposed to be good called like Ever Essence or Essence or some shit like that.
No,
Sounds
let's
neat.
talk about Game of Thrones. Guys, I'm done. Don't talk about Game of Thrones. Let's talk.
Yeah, well, I mean, the prequels. When are they coming out? Next year? Next year?
Probably 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll explain the Night King.
They're not
origin.
going to be anywhere near as good
God,
because
hopefully
they don't
they'll
have
explain
the
the
writing
Night
that
King
the series
Yeah,
had.
they have George R. R. Martin's writing. He's writing the prequel.
They're probably just gonna
Oh,
do
he is?
Dunk and Egg. If they don't do Dunk and Egg, I'm gonna be really upset.
Why would they do Dunkin' Egg? That's like so fucking boring.
What?
Yeah, it does sound pretty.
Wait. Okay, Sully, you're not a true fan of Game of Thrones or anything like that.
I know. Okay, look, I know the rough edges around Dunkin' Egg, and this is.
Read the
Duncan-
book and then come
There's
back.
so much more they could do, like so much more richer history.
Read
Duncan
it
who?
and come back to me. Dunk and Egg.
Duncan
It's
Egg.
it's a
He's a knight.
spin-off in
He's a knight.
Westeros that George wrote.
No.
So
why is it called Dunkin'
Aegon Targaryen, who was called Duncan, right? Is a knight, and
You're just not fun. You're not a fun person, Sully.
Who, me?
You hate
I
everything.
think
that's
Disney's
fun.
going to buy it. Disney's going to buy it. They're going to figure out a way to make it for kids.
They can make a film. Do you think they'll make a film like 20 years down the line, 10 years? Everything fast forwarded.
I can see 10,
5
15
years.
years down. I can see 10, 15 years down the line them doing a sequel to the series as everyone actually gets older.
You got to
They all
realize
want
they got to
jobs.
get the rights from George first. So if he doesn't like any of this, it might not happen. till
Oh,
he's
he'll
gone.
be dead. He'll be dead by then.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! No, he won't. He's in his prime. Okay, he's gonna live until he finishes the
No,
books. Then
I
he's gonna
mean,
finish
he's
some more
not-
sci-fi and everything.
Because of his weight, he's quite a heavy man. He's quite a heavy man.
Yeah,
And,
but he's rich as fuck and he
yeah.
can have a weight loss surgery.
Bigger man, more to live for.
I hope he lives a long time. I do. I want him to because he's a
So
genius.
why would you want Dunkin' Egg?
But the reality
Like,
is,
it's so boring.
That's one of his good works. I like it. Okay,
I didn't like it. I thought it was shit.
No, you know what they need to do? They need to make they need to revisit the series 5 years, 10 years down the line, where Drogon comes back, or Queen Daenerys has been resurrected as a Night Queen, or something like that. It'd be amazing. And
she
you know,
No, nothing, Jon Snow.
when Jon Snow comes back, fucking wilding, big beard and fucking bones, wearing skeletons and shit.
Dude, their
like
story's
He-Man.
over. We don't need more stories with these characters. We've seen
we
them in
do. I would love
television
that.
form. Oh my god, why do you guys want to bring them back? They had their resolution.
No, because like I feel like there's more. I just want to see them. I want to see Bran rule. Like I want to actually see like that. That seems like a really interesting storyline. Like Bran like making decisions.
Don't you
Even
think
like
that?
The Office, Game of Thrones, The Office version. Like
do you
I
think?
love that.
Do you think Bran's a good guy? I don't think he's
I
a
think
good
he's
guy.
a great guy. Yeah, yeah. Well, you don't like Bran at all.
No, but don't you think there's something weird about him?
Muhammad, you don't like Bran at all.
Whoa!
Oh,
Why
so
you
you're,
call-
so you're
why-
ableist. So you're ableist. then.
Why are you calling me?
Muhammad.
Why are you calling me Muhammad?
You call me your name. You told me your name was Muhammad.
No, I didn't.
Oh shit! Sorry, different guy.
Oh my god, this
To be fair, King of the North said he was. I think he said he was either Pakistani to me or Muslim.
No, bro, I
and I
think
said
honestly-
like, and I referenced it, and then he said, "Why did you say that?" And I was like, "Because you."
No, but why would my name be Muhammad?
So
That
you
doesn't make
demonstrating
sense.
that you're just as prejudiced isn't a good thing, okay?
No, my prejudice is against
I
Asians.
think it was just a mistake. I think
Yeah,
mistaken
I honestly
identity.
believe that. I thought your name was Muhammad. Sorry, bro.
Okay, yeah, but they're clearly gonna make a series of Arya going to the
Listen.
New World, or whatever,
Welcome
like
back,
the
Tom.
America. And
There
Jon
is-
Snow going to the North.
I never gave no
I hope you've
indication
seen
that
Game
my
of
name is
Thrones, or you
Muhammad.
didn't know
Oh my
once.
god!
Of any kind, I never gave any
Bro,
indication.
I'm confused with my. One of my
It
other
was a mistake, King in the.
Okay. Cheeky
Anyway,
bastard.
Brett, I'm not being cheeky bastard.
Yes, you
Anyway,
are.
I really am not.
Oh my god!
I'm
Please,
sorry you
guys.
took it that way. But
I call
anyway.
Dirty like Patrick all the time because he's her.
You know what? My middle name is Patrick. You know that, right?
Oh shit!
You're such an idiot. Oh my god.
I was gonna say Jack, and then I thought, oh shit.
My
I can't
first
do
name
that.
is Jack. Like you asshole. Like what the fuck? You want to
You're
dox
such a-
me? You want to go for my last
such a-
name too?
Why?
Such a generic name.
Yeah, we should watch about Aelia Martell and Rhaegar Targaryen. We should watch like right before the show starts.
No, I think Dance of the
Definitely.
Dragons would be good. Or Aegon's Conquest.
Yes, absolutely.
This fucking cheeky motherfucker.
Oh my god!
Listen to
What
me.
is it?
Look,
What's up?
I know this guy's being cheeky. Avery,
Who, me?
you.
How am I being cheeky?
I know what
think
you're
that's-
trying to do.
Oh my! What am I trying to do? Please elaborate on my theory. On my end goal.
Your
here.
theory? What?
Elaborate on my theory.
I'm just.
I think Avery's black as well, so it's
Yeah, it's okay. I'm black. You're black. We're all black. But I want Jon Snow to be black.
What the
No,
fuck?
I mean, I want Jon Snow to.
Honestly,
I want.
I don't understand why you hate Bran. I love Bran.
I think. No, I just.
I
think
don't
there's
like how they
something
didn't dedicate more time to Bran. I think they could have dedicated
Honestly,
way
they
more
should've.
time to him.
A whole entire
something-
season of Bran.
I want to see the adventures of Reek, and him exploring his new self, his newly found free self.
He's
Pax,
what
would
kind
you
of-
watch a series of like just Bran? Like, would you find that interesting? Say
no.
goodbye to
No,
Reek.
you guys remember when
No.
Bran was
Just-
when Bran was journeying through the north? Like, it was the most boring like parts of the show. At that point.
Is
Do you
that
want
right,
to use
Ruby?
push it talk?
Is that right, Ruby?
Yes.
Thank
Ruby.
you. Ruby. Okay.
I'm just. I don't know how Sully came away with this is the best thing of all time. Still, like it was okay. I liked it, but I don't know.
Because I'm sick and tired of hearing people complain.
Well, hold
about
on, you're the one.
Honestly, I loved
You're the other guy in here.
it. Avery! Oh my
Hmm?
god. Okay,
Freaking- I'm not even kidding.
Avery.
Like, I hate that everyone shits on it.
Yeah,
I thought it
thank
was
you, Avery.
Yeah, I don't
Thank
think
you.
people should shit on it. It's a decent show. It's just not like as good as it was
not-
prior to its earlier season.
I'm also not saying that this was the best way it could end. Like I feel like the writing could have been better. I'm not.
Okay, never mind. I thought we had something there.
The
No, no,
very
no, I
end
agree.
was
I
probably the
loved
best they
it.
could have done
I
with those
loved
characters. I think that was.
Even-
I
I'm not
loved it,
buy
loved
it.
it, loved it, but I thought it could be better. I mean, like,
Even with this season, it's still the greatest thing I've ever seen, hands down.
Oh,
And I
dude.
probably-
you know, with this season,
Have you seen
like,
Dexter before the last season? That was a pretty good show.
No, Dexter. The last like 2 seasons were awful. I hated the last 2 seasons.
Oh,
This is the.
The best thing I've ever seen.
Honestly, like episode 3 of this season was the greatest episode in all of TV I've ever seen in my life. I've
And-
never had anything like I said last night. There's nothing that has ever captured me for an hour and 20 minutes that
Mhm.
caused me to have pure anxiety.
Yeah.
Pure anxiety. I had my adrenaline rush the entire hour and 20 minutes. Nothing's done that for me.
I thought episode 2 of this season is one of probably my top 3 episodes of the whole.
Really, I thought that was awful. It was boring.
I loved it. I loved all the scenes, the communication, the interactions. I thought they were amazing. And then Brienne's knighting scene is the best scene in all of Game of Thrones for me. I loved that
Her
scene.
knighting? Oh my god, that was such a waste of time. I didn't like that part of the scene where she got knighted.
Why?
I don't
I
think it
loved
was
it.
necessary. I honestly don't.
It
Well,
was.
it was necessary so she become queen of the. She become the Queen's Guard, the King's Guard.
Yeah, I agree. It was worth it for that scene, but just like, oh god, it was like, yikes. And then like in most history, and I believe in George's world, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that has to be approved by whoever knighted you too, if you knight them. I hate to be nitpicky, but I'm almost certain Jamie would have to go get that approval from whoever knighted him or whoever his liege lord was.
No, I'm
Listen
fine with
to
her
this.
knighting.
Listen
but
to him.
I didn't.
He
You know
didn't
what, I
even
didn't
watch
like
it.
that
He didn't even watch Game of Thrones. Kai hasn't seen.
Sorry,
an
the
episode.
sex nitpicks.
Their
mate.
sex scene was so awkward.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah,
and
it was
then,
really
then he
awkward.
just left her after. What the fuck
And
is
then he
that
just
about?
died.
It's like he went out of his way to have the weirdest, most awkward sex scene, and then he dumped her. I don't get.
I don't think leaving her
that's
was
like
the
a
issue.
hating
It's how he left and what he did when he came back. I think that was the issue, not the
Yo,
leaving part.
He was so stupid. Like, why did he like just not like shoot Cersei in the face?
I don't agree with that. I think maybe like trying to convince her to face justice, or maybe trying to escape with her, but giving some sort of indication that he changed to her rather than having just Brienne write it in the book. Like, I don't know. Because they were definitely trying to demonstrate, unlike what you said earlier. Oh my god, he's deafened. But Sully said before that they weren't trying to go on his redemption arc. But this last scene with Brienne very clearly shows that they thought he was on a redemption arc. Which me and Sully argued about before, right? That he wasn't really on his redemption arc in the show. But it very clearly, from how that last scene went, he's on a redemption arc, and they failed to live up to it.
Yo, think about this though too. Like, I love the misdirection the show gave us. Like, we always expected Jon Snow to be the main character, but he was never the main character. He did nothing.
Well,
Like,
he's a main
like,
character. He's the person we follow. He's just
not-
an
not
ass at
the
doing
main
stuff.
character. He's a main character. It's not the main character. Like, the main
Ooh.
character is Bran.
So
Bran-
this is the subversion of like Ice and Fire, is that the main characters are Daenerys and Jon, but they're not going to be the ones that end up as the like heroes or the ones that are the most important, right? At the end of the day, so they are the
But I
main
feel like-
characters, and they are the most important. It's just their story tells other people's stories, right? That's the secret.
Well, why do I feel like Jon was a side character the entire show? Like I don't know. Like, I've always felt like Jon's been the side character.
I don't
He's
agree.
been the
with
guy, like season 1, season 2, season 3, right? He's just at the wall. He's just figuring out shit. He's going to be on the wall.
He's
But,
doing like the second most important thing in the show.
Sure, but it doesn't like I don't think I felt like he was a main character. I feel like he was forced into the main character role, but I don't think he was actually the main character. It ended up being right.
So do you think he's just not effective
In what regards?
in like being the main character? I'm trying to understand if you actually like don't think he's like the protagonist, or if you just think
No,
he's
a
bad. at it.
protagonist.
You don't
He's
think
a
he's supposed to be
protagonist.
the
Okay,
protagonist
but-
next to Dany?
I don't understand why he was brought back.
Oh my god.
Maybe to kill Dany, but like that doesn't make any sense. The Lord of Light does not like care about like that shit. I don't imagine he does.
There's no confirmation that the Lord of Light is real in the show or the books.
What the fuck was that fire that Masan?
We don't
what's his
know.
name?
Like, we don't
Melisandre-
know how that magic works. There's a bunch of indications, even in the show, that could just be like tricks. Or they might be funneling magic from some other source. There's no indication that the Lord of Light is real.
I think the Lord of Light's real. There's too many of his followers who
I wouldn't bet on that because of George's past works, at least in the books. Maybe in the show they went with that perspective, but there's no indication of it. In the books, it'd be really shocking if there was just this deity that was focused on saving people. More likely, it is a representation of some sort of like inner struggle, and any power representation is that person letting that inner struggle out, right? There's a lot of speculation that there's not even magic in the world of Ice and Fire, that there's explanations for everything. Maybe that's different in the show because of that last scene there, but in the books, there's never been such a blatant use of just like fire magic, so I don't know. Usually it's
Bro.
pretty vague.
Bro, fucking zombies, bro. Like, what science is that behind like an ice king that's thousands of years old and it's a zombie now? And the children of the forest. That's magic, bro.
Well, they're reanimating people, so he could just be like an automaton of some kind. That like it's twisted science, so like kind of like Frankenstein's monster. I'm not saying it's not like sci-fi, but it might not be magic. It might not be magic.
It's a fantasy show, not a sci-fi show.
George R. R. Martin has written a lot of sci-fi,
Yes,
and
but
he's written
classified
it
these
with
books-
other categories.
He's
within it.
classified these books as specifically fantasy based. He's put that genre on it.
You got to be careful with things like this.
No, let's accept the fact that this is a magic book and there's a god. They're gods.
We don't accept that because it might not be true. Because George R. R. Martin and his writings, like his writings on dragons, right? He very specifically made them atomically correct for what an animal would be. So that begs the question. Not begs the question. That brings upon the question. Well, why did he do that? And then we go into like his writing style, his past works, and if we look at those, the kind of subversion would be that this isn't actually a magic world. That might fit in with some of his past writing. Not that it is the case, but there's no indication that there is true magic in the world of Ice and Fire. The show, probably there's more indication that there's actual magic.
Winner.
Are you okay, Prince Ali? Are you alright?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Do you want to hear my rendition of the Game of Thrones theme tune?
No.
Wait, Ali!
Please don't disconnect.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
I might have to. I can't hear anyone's ideas of Game of Thrones anymore.
Oh, come on. Do you want to hear my song?
No.
One wiener next to one other wiener. Fluffy wiener, fluffy wiener, fluffy wiener.
But dirty dungeon.
Yeah.
I watched the last episode, Avery.
I'm here. What's up?
You're my boy.
Why am I?
Hey,
I'm
Avery,
not
why
your
not
boy.
I'm not your boy?
What do you say, Ali? I said I love you, bro. I said assalamu alaikum. You just ignore me.
Well, it's song.
Does
No, it's
anyone
great,
want?
bro.
Does anyone want anyone to work for them?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I do.
Is anyone hiring?
For free?
I am.
I am.
I am.
For free? Not for free. Maybe for free. But give me accommodation.
I'll give you an internship.
Why did
Really?
Tyrion get to choose?
Are you
who-
actually serious?
Tyrion didn't choose. They voted on it after.
Can you go in library? I want
He
to talk to you.
didn't vote. It was Tyrion who chose.
No, Tyrion suggested a
Go
candidate. They
library,
all
I'll
said
talk to
aye,
you.
except for Sansa, who broke off, which is a whole bag of worms. Not because she couldn't break off, just the effects that would have on everybody else in that meeting, and whether or not they'd stay in the kingdoms. I don't know why they would stay in the kingdoms if the North just left, and they're the only ones
Why?
there to enforce anything at this point.
Why did they listen to Grey Worm?
Because he
Who
had
the
men
fuck is
and a hostage. So
What?
he had control of King's Landing. That's why they were talking to him. He was like, he had occupied it, right, with Daenerys, and then Daenerys died, but he still occupied the city. So they had to have a conversation with Grey Worm.
Oh, but why does Grey Worm get to decide the fate of fucking?
Because he's the next in line for, like, Daenerys' army.
No, Tyrion was obviously.
He threw away his hand. No, he would have been, but he threw away the handmanship, and the only other appointed official was Grey Worm.
Why did the dragon just pick up Daenerys and get the fuck out of there?
I can't explain that one to you.
And why didn't Jon Snow mount the dragon if he was a true Targaryen and rule
The
over
dragon was
Seven
sad,
Kingdoms?
and true Targaryens don't have immediate access to controlling dragons.
Say that
They
again.
control because, say what?
Say that again.
I forget what I said.
True Targaryens don't have access to dragons.
Yeah, they're not they don't automatically control them just because they're Targaryen. That dragon followed her because she raised it.
I don't believe you.
Okay, that's how I interpreted that.
Why didn't Jon Snow mount the dragon and take over King's Landing?
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe he couldn't take it over because he couldn't mount the dragon.
Maybe he had to have sex with it first.
I'm so
How did they make new
disenfranchised
dragons?
from the Game of Thrones community right now.
Yo, Ali,
Yes.
bro, you're my bro.
Avery, what are you want? What do you want?
What am I on?
What do you want?
I just want what?
He said, "What do you want?"
I know what you said, but like, why would you say that to me?
I don't know. I just wanted to be sassy.
Hey, Tess. Yeah, what is up with that? What's up with that like crazy girl? Is that your girl, dude? I'll leave, bro.
Okay.
You're lagging.
You don't.
Hi.
Assalamu alaikum. How do you do?
Shalom.
Look, if you're gonna give me a Jewish greeting after I give you one from the Brotherhood of Islam, okay? I don't know what you're gonna do, okay? That's just really upsetting. You want to play Left 4 Dead 2? We should play Left 4 Dead 2.
No, we're playing Mordhau. Sorry.
Cocaine?
What's up?
Did you do cocaine?
I did.
What is this?
At some point.
Hang on.
What are you sending me?
Hang on,
What
hang
is-
on.
What are you playing?
Mordhau.
What?
Mordhau. The like the chivalry clone, but like that's better than chivalry.
It's
Because
not a
of ballerinas.
clone, dude.
Boar.
It is a clone.
Is it that new medieval game that came out?
Like all
Yes.
FPSs are Doom clones, but
Oh,
that's not a bad thing.
No, they're not. You're dumb.
Yeah, they are. They're all
Yeah,
Doom
no,
clones.
they-
not
yeah.
not Doom 2016. I mean OG Doom.
Doom.
And OG Doom was a
I hate
Wolfenstein
Doom.
clone.
I hate Doom.
Well, Doom is what inspired the FPS like industry to really explode because what was it? Wolfenstein was it was what made Doom what it was. However, they didn't have the actual like engine to make it as good as Doom. So Doom was like way.
It was
better.
just a technological step forward. Wolfenstein 3D came before Doom, and Doom was made by the same people that made Wolfenstein 3D. And then the people who made Doom went on to make Quake, which was pretty good. And they went on to make Quake 2, and then Quake 3
Yeah, I
Arena,
only
which is
like
the
that
best
one.
game ever made.
I only liked Unreal Tournament.
And it was all downhill from there.
Bro, you're old.
Burb, I promise
I'm
you.
Boomerkin.
Because Burb, you remember Doom 3? That fucking
Yes.
quote
Why do you
unquote
sound so
horror.
different? What the fuck?
I got a new mic. The quote unquote fucking horror game. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you got
so
a real mic.
I'm sure you've seen Doom 2016, right?
Yeah, I've played the shit out of it.
Okay. Just making sure. I thought you just didn't like it.
No, I just don't like the multiplayer.
But have you played it since you played it last?
No.
Oh. It's good, I promise.
I hate Doom.
It is kind of like 20 gigs.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have it?
Doom 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have it, and I've played it for 9 hours. I thought I had 20 hours in it, whatever.
Oh my god.
But I played the single player twice.
Nope.
What was the email that they sent you, Tree?
It's not me. The first
it
one's the email that they
It's
got.
a big game.
Right? New changes coming. Hey, bastard, you big gay
Oh.
bastard. He said this was a mistake. It wasn't me. It was one of my friends, but I just thought that was really funny.
Why is his name Hey Bastard? Oh, why is his name
I don't know,
Bastard?
They just said their name to
What
weird
the fuck
shit
is
all the time.
Marketplace?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't ask. They just sent that screenshot.
Motherfuckers got way too much time on their hands. I don't know what the fuck this was. I don't know why it was, but it shouldn't be again.
Rod the Rich to give to the.
I don't want to watch that. I gotta watch these shit in incognito so that doesn't get in my watch list, and so that it doesn't affect the rest of my search results on YouTube. Okay, I don't want that shit. Don't do it to me.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. Look at this.
That's a pretty good bot, right?
That's impressive coordination, yeah.
Is there anyone else online to play games with?
So the RuneScape is something else.
You know what, dude? I'm inviting you.
And I'm pissed off.
That's your mad sound? Your pissed off sound? That girl is a real crowd, please. This is what I was talking about earlier.
Okay, those guys are playing Terraria. God damn, why do all my gamer bros not play good games? Or games I play?
You guys mean I did?
Hurts. Okay, let's look at another YouTube video.
Oh God, it's so good. So good. So good and tasty.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm actually pretty hungry right now. So that kind of just made me hungry. That's all that really did.
You guys getting on Mordhau, dude?
I feel like my food's here. I'm not certain my food's here,
It's,
but I heard
it's
someone
downloaded,
moving
almost
like my
done.
food was here.
Carmen, are you wearing pants? What are you,
I'll
an
do the
idiot?
tutorial, I think.
I'm wearing pants.
Don't wear pants.
Is that
Why
game
not?
good? Or no?
Because it's a waste of your money.
It's cosmetic. It's the free cosmetic pants.
That's what I was asking, dude.
Jeez.
I think you like chivalry like this.
It's not like chivalry.
It's fun.
It's
And-
like it's like a game where you just fucking kill things.
It's still
It's just
early
like a
on enough.
slash it
All
up.
the tryhards don't know what they're
No,
doing.
it's not like chivalry. Here's the reason why. It's good.
Chivalry is
Chivalry-
good until you
chivalry was a lot
level up
funner
too
when
high
they
and then you're stuck playing against the sweaties. But
Chivalry
This is
was
like
a lot funner when they had
Sweaties-
DC in it.
This is like Battlefield, but like with melee weapons.
Burb, you haven't even played the game. Shut up. You don't know.
okay, I haven't, but I've watched some,
You
and
don't know.
it looked pretty similar to
Also, can we talk about Gnomes, Combs, and Catacombs shutting down? I'm actually really fucking
Dude,
butthurt.
hold on. That show, right? I haven't seen the ending, so I swear to God, I'm about to walk away, okay?
No, there isn't like an ending.
There wasn't an ending? What do you mean?
No, there's not an ending. They just had a falling out between them.
They didn't die?
No.
What the wait, how they're not friends anymore? What?
Well, no, they just got mad.
With who? Koibu or like
Only like one person died. That's it. They got no, like Gerald got mad at everybody else and he was angry.
Oh, so like Devin Nash doesn't talk to them anymore, or are they just not playing D&D?
No, he just doesn't want to play Gnome Tomes and Catacombs with them anymore because like they just meme around and he's trying to have a serious campaign.
I heard they're gonna do something again, or at least that's what Koibu's audience has been saying on their chat. So I don't know.
Yeah, him and Devin Nash are gonna do something solo, and I think like Destiny and Mr. Mooten and Lily are gonna start their own campaign with somebody else probably.
Yeah, they're more of like a beer and pretzels group. I would have never put them in that kind of setting, from what I see now. I don't know.
Yeah, but then like Devin Nash is like really serious about it. Cause can I like spoil it for you, or do you care?
I mean, if it didn't like actually end and they just like stopped playing, I don't care.
Yeah. So basically, you know, little bot. How he's in
Yeah.
the ship, and then they fought little Jimmy, and they like, so that he kills all of little Jimmy. They kill him, and then little Bobby's on the ship, and they find him, and then Destiny for no reason pulls out his fucking like crossbow and just shoots little Bobby in the head, and so him and Barbo just have this big brawl and start fighting, and like Destiny dives into the water, goes underground like 200 feet, somehow comes back up, and like. Fucking Barbo's just casting lightning at him and shit, trying to kill him while he's in the water. And eventually Barbo kills him, and then Devin Nash just freaks out at the end.
Oh my god. They're definitely a beer and pretzels group because they just want to like fuck around, and like Devin's over there trying to like actually like get some shit done in the game. Oh no. Well,
That's like the best part though.
the fucking around.
Yeah, because like the whole Yeti like story arc was hilarious. That was like the best thing in that campaign when they fucking tamed those two little Yetis. Oh my god!
It just depends what kind of role play you want to foster. Both are okay. It's just what do your players
ERP.
want? What do you want, right? And obviously, Destiny, like Lily and Mooten, weren't like into the story as much as they were into like just fucking around with the D&D, which is cool. That can be really fun, but it's not for everybody. What the fuck am I doing in this RP server?
I really wanted like them to do the story though as well. Still fun, but I don't think Devin Nash should have got so butthurt because they were making progress.
That generally means that she's just fucking around. She's trying to like get at you. Don't like react to negatively. Just joke around with her. She doesn't mean it seriously. She
I know,
shouldn't
the
say
only
those words,
D&D
though.
campaign I ever follow was the one with the McCree guy.
I don't know who McCree is.
McCree's voice actor from fucking.
Is that Critical
Oh.
Role or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Critical Role gives people really bad expectations about D&D. I think they do really well.
Because it's well made?
No, it's because it just shows a certain type of role play, and then everyone expects every DM to be like that. So like, it does what it wants to do well, but then there are other DMs who want to do other kinds of role play, and it's just people now come in with this expectation of Critical Role is what role play is, but there's a lot of different kinds of role playing you can participate in.
But Matt Mercer's just really good at making stories.
No, Matthew Mercer's
And
great.
also, he does have great players as well.
Yeah, he has
That's
voice
another one.
actors, right? So the expectations for your fellow players are also pretty high, which isn't like anyone's fault, right? But like when someone's not acting like Grog in your campaign, you might be a little disappointed because you saw him being really cool, right? I just heard it from a lot of DMs. They get really upset over it. I don't care as much, but it's okay.
I looked forward. That's like Gnomes, Tomes, and Catacombs. Is the only thing I watched on Twitch. Like every Wednesday, I would watch.
It was really fun. I liked it. Hopefully their next show will be cool.
Yeah, but like Mr. Mutant, have you seen his like campaign? Like that random DM?
Saw,
That
like,
shit's
2
like
minutes.
boring. Oh, it's not fun to watch.
Good timing, right?
I'll be right back.
Can we just play a game while we wait for everyone?
Should come play Dark RP.
Bort or Burb, are you gonna play the tutorial?
Okay. I'll be right back, boys.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just play.
I don't know where Nier is.
Just typing still, I think.
Apparently Mel is in a coma for a day.
What do you mean?
Like his character's in a coma.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Is his character's name Willow?
Mel's in a coma. He's playing on a different character right now.
Nier just got on leave. No, I'm asking if his name's Willatris.
Roll what?
Because
playing
remember she was
Oh, yeah, shut up. Yeah.
in a coma for a yeah. Shut the fuck up. You're so bad at like Jesus.
I couldn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, you could.
He's playing as another character named Steve right now.
might just take my helmet off, dude.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Mistake.
But like, it just takes up a lot of points.
Yeah, but it's worth all the points.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, it is.
I mean, you don't know.
You'll straight up get insta-killed half the time if you don't take it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that, to be honest. There's a helmet at 60,000 coins? Who the fuck would do that? Who would save up 60,000 fucking coins? Tell me!
Gamers. They targeted gamers.
Uchiha Jones, the seer guy, is watching fucking Terraria trailer right now.
So, I've come to the conclusion.
Terraria trailer?
I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to have to stop to eat. I might be back. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I'll either be back tomorrow or sometime tonight. Don't hold your hopes for tonight, though. I had to deal with some shit midstream, and I'm still dealing with the impacts of what occurred. Either way, I hope you guys have a good one or a good hour or two, just depending on how long I'm gone. I will be streaming tomorrow, and we'll get our training wheels back off, right? Because this is the first stream in a little bit. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you, boys, in like a platonic way, not in like a weird way. Okay, all right. We'll see you later.